Hello, hello everyone. How are y'all doing today? Hopefully well. In case you couldn't tell from the music, which will probably be immediately demonetized, we have some mods installed. All right. I believe we have everything set up. So we're good to go. Hopefully I sound well. I will probably be hopping in shortly. Probably in the next couple minutes. We are having Repo. We have everything in. Everything's looking good. But hopefully y'all are having a good day so far. I know I am. It was a very lazy day. It was a very lazy day. To be fair, I was woken up quite a few times by the dog that I'm dog sitting with. So, which reminds me, I still owe y'all a picture. So I will try to find a good one to send y'all. But yeah, I think this is Ella's final day for her Halloween thing. I could be wrong, but I'm sure she'll talk more about it later. And we're still doing the charity, so look forward to, if you feel like participating, hit !donate and you can participate as well. Yeah, I think that's about it. Hey Dragon, how are you? How are you doing? Did you know I wanted to watch a stream right now? You know me, just psychic. I'm just totally psychic. Hopefully you wanted to watch a Repo stream, because there's gonna be like 9 of us. I think 8 actually. Yeah, it's part of the mod pack that we installed. It makes BB no money in the beginning. Well, unfortunately, he is everywhere, and I think he's going to continue to be so for at least the foreseeable future. It's haunting me like a ghost. Well, learn. I think it's a good idea to learn from a success. Very catchy stuff. All right, let's hop in to their thing. Okay, first let's make sure that our thing is good. Let's turn this off real quick so that I can settings. Where's our devices? No, where is it? The link is a bit wonky to copy. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I think there's a way to make it so that you can turn one thing into another, so you can copy and it'll translate it, but I don't know how to do that off the top of my head. Let's see here. Where is our devices? No. Voice and audio. Here it is. Okay, we're good. Good, good, good. Now, let's get this back to streamer mode, and then we'll join in. Looks like Aelarion is the only one in there currently, but we can hang out while we wait for other people. Hello, hello. Apparently you're second in donation. Well, I think I'm tied for first, is the way I like to think about it, Dragon. But yeah, no, I was the first one to donate because I figured I need to put my money where my mouth is. Aelarion, by the way, if you are talking, I am not hearing you, but if you're not talking, that's perfectly fine. I just want to let you know. La 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 la. Can't wait to get demonetized. Let's see if it's still here if I'm doing this.
Hi. Sorry, I was AFK for a bit.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I did say that I was like, oh, if you're saying anything, you're muted, because it's always a nightmare that you don't know. Yeah, no worries at all. How are you doing, man?
I'm good. I was playing Battlefield, getting my butt whooped as usual.
Oh, how is Battlefield, by the way? How are you liking it?
I like it a lot. The only problem for me is that the progression feels very slow.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's fun.
Good. So it's a little grindy then.
Yeah.
Gotcha. How did they do the
Also
progression
could be
system?
a skill issue.
I mean, yes and no.
It is a bit grindy, but if you do like daily challenges and stuff, it should be good.
Okay.
But overall, like the progression is like any other shooter, like, over or like old CODs where you over time, as you use the weapon, you unlock more attachments. As you level up in general, you unlock more weapons.
Got you. Is it a bit of like weapons and attachments that you lock later on are stronger than the earlier versions?
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a bit of a progression.
Play with it.
Ah, gotcha. Man, I haven't played any those
It's
kind of
also
games
fun.
since, like, I want to say Black Ops. Like, it's been a long time since I
Dude, I
played
need
any.
more victims. I mean, people to play with.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll make you look good.
Oh, trust me, I was trying to do a challenge to unlock a new sniper, and I had to use the DMRs. In every other game, I love the DMRs. In this one, holy fuck.
Oh, really? Is it just the way that it kicks or something?
There's something wrong, I swear. There's like hit registration issues because I've been like shooting people, nothing happens, and skill issue, and it's just slow. I don't know, making excuses. I'm just bad.
No, I mean, I think it's valid if a gun, if a weapon doesn't feel like it should. I think that's a valid concern to have, in general. So I think, you're
Overall, the game is good.
good.
You should get it. Wink, wink.
Well, it's $60, right?
Yeah.
I think that's my. I'll wait for a sale.
Sale, which it will go on sale. Yeah.
Well. Yeah, salty.
I'm in Canada, so like stuff is more expensive.
Yeah. I've had plenty of conversation with people where they're just like, yeah, over a mine, this game is like twice as much where you're at. And I'm like, oh no.
It's $80 for me.
Yuck.
Hello.
Hey, Bappi.
We do this again. Okay, so I've never played this game.
No repo? Ooh,
never
you're in
played
for
Repo.
it. You're in for a treat.
You never played
Ella
Repo?
Ella and I planned to play it a long time ago, like 4 or 5 months ago. So I bought it, but we never got to do it. And I promised her like I will not play this game till we first like stream it. Yeah.
You will see.
So I'm gonna be streaming a lot. Actually,
It's a
I
lot
can't
of
stream
fun.
it too.
It's a lot of fun. You will see.
And, yeah, we haven't done shared chat yet, Dragon, so they haven't seen it, but Dragon says hi to y'all.
Alright.
Hello, Dragon.
Why is my Oogie thing not working?
But I still haven't found out how to do the shared chat thing. Every single time I'm like, let me figure it out. If someone else does it.
Okay.
And I have yet to.
Ella told us she will send an invite, so...
Okay. Damn it, every time. I still don't know. I still don't know how to do it.
Okay. It's pretty easy, like, when you see other people's channel.
Is it the knock
then-
thing?
Yeah, it's that. It's exactly that. The thing.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. It's that easy.
Yeah, you knock at them.
Oh, well. It's simple enough then. Knock has always been something where I'm like, it says to do it, but I don't know if I should.
I can't use Fugi because I'm on like 2 separate computers.
Oh no. But I know that's complicated, but I know that's a lot easier on your computer to not have everything all in one thing.
Yeah. The only problem is now I can't use Fugi because
What?
I'm vibing on my desktop, right?
Right.
So it takes your input from your Discord that you're using, and then it like flashes and stuff. The only problem is I'm using Discord on my main PC. I'm streaming on my laptop.
Right.
Oh, what? Okay.
Yeah.
I was
using a
using
capture
why?
card.
Oh, okay. I see.
Because the games I play use so much VRAM, and V2 Studios uses so much VRAM that
Yeah.
it makes my stream lag. It makes the game lag. So I just bought an
You need a
Elgato.
third PC to combine everything.
Yeah. And I have like a fairly new laptop. It's like 6 months old. I'm like, it can probably handle it. So, I did. It's got an Elgato capture card, and everything seems to be working.
Yeah, I use that for when I draw on stream. It's because it's to hook up my iPad so they can see what's going on. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's so. I love the little bird. It's so
Hello.
cute. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Little glasses. Sorry.
I wish I could use mine. I think I can give you mine. So you guys can use the Fugi on your end. Okay.
Maybe.
Mine won't work. I'll put in the collab one.
Sorry, I'm jamming to BB No Money right now, so I'm
Right?
I'm just kind of nodding along.
He only sings when you're in the main menu, and
Uh-huh.
then when we're in the lobby, it's like instrumental.
Okay.
Wait, in game? I don't hear. I just hear the normal one. Are my mods not installed? No, they aren't.
I was gonna say, if you don't hear Baby No Money and you didn't turn off the mod, you might want to check your mod list, because like that's the clearest sign that it worked.
Right.
Baby no money.
I see all the mods like Zoomy Eyes, Walkie Talkie mod.
Ooh, while I'm waiting, let's do
Oh, you
more head
would-
customization.
You
Yeah.
would think about the toy. That's
That is
quality of life
that
mode,
is the
but
best
not
idea.
The customization? I don't know how to play this game.
Yes, if you go to if you like make your own lobby while we're waiting for everybody, on the bottom left there's I think for more head. It sounds like a joke. It is an actual thing. And if you click it, you can customize how your guy looks.
How?
One
I'm also, like,
suggestion I would
Eating my
have
breakfast
like-
right now. We don't ask about why I'm eating breakfast right now.
Do you have any to share?
Yeah, did you share with the class?
I have peanuts and spicy apple cider.
My breakfast consists of walnuts,
Oh.
almonds, and peanut butter. All the nuts.
Just imagine you just smothering the peanut
Oh,
butter.
we
on the
100% have done it,
walnuts.
Salty. We have 100% done this game's TTS. The TTS of this game is peak.
I love it. It's so
No,
good.
peak was yesterday. This is Repo.
And we succeeded.
Hey,
well,
yeah,
I
we,
didn't.
all of us, collectively.
Yeah,
None of
all
us
of-
didn't
yeah,
make it. We
I-
all made it.
No.
All of us,
No one did
especially,
anyone.
especially the Grim Reaper himself ripped me from that end there.
I felt so
it
bad.
said
just
you
saying.
were
It was so
It's not
funny.
my videos, no.
The
That
game
was
said
so
no.
funny.
It was so good.
I think the best part was at the very beginning when we were just like, "Why is the tree on fire?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
And
one
we're
was
like,
good.
Oh, it's not gonna go.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Hi, sorry, I forgot to
Thanks for the
import
bits, Dragon.
code. But I am booting up right now, and I'm gonna invite everyone to Repo. How are you guys?
Good. How are you? We just vibing. We're just catching up,
Hell
and also
Talking about
customizing,
forehead.
yes, yes.
while
take time.
also talking about customization.
Prick.
Oh.
I'm sorry for
Heck
what
yeah.
my pigeons will do.
Never apologize.
Yeah.
Guys, you know
One
what my
of
pigeons do.
one of the customization option is you can get pigeons, and they're like indestructible against doors. So you'll just hear a door randomly break as we play, and it's always
just me.
Emmy. Yeah, it's just Emmy.
That's wonderful.
I'm very excited.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, do we have a double? Are we double talking? What's happening?
Double what?
I think I heard Clown double talk for a second.
Do it again, Clown.
Oh, yep. It turned my mic back on Twitch. There we go.
There we go. Yeah,
There
yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Okay, perfect. I did send everyone, if you are streaming, the collab on Twitch, if you'd like to do a shared chat, and then I will be sending everyone invites to Repo.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to send that again. I was not looking. I usually go on my stream manager, so that doesn't show me the invites.
It should be at the top. It's funky. It's
Yeah.
not. But okay.
You have to
Let
go in
me.
your notification.
I'm gonna make a private game.
Oh, wait.
It's immediately baby no money. I love this.
Yeah, no, I've been
I don't
jamming.
hear it.
I love it.
Um,
Here, either. Hold on.
I have it off personally just to be safe.
Oh yeah.
I've accepted that this beginning is probably gonna have to be cut. we're just
Wait.
vibing.
Send me the code that you have in mind.
I was gonna say it's the code that we usually play
Updated
with.
and update. No, because I updated to the one.
Oh, this is
that
making me
Aelarion-
lag. Okay.
Yep.
Hold on, let me find it.
When you are in the game, don't forget to lower your sound in Discord. Not to put your output to 0 in your Discord.
Did everyone get an invite?
I did.
In game, I did not.
Incorrect
Oh, that's
password.
probably
Hold on.
appearing offline.
You
What is
should
the
be
password?
online. That would help. The password
hold on.
I'm gonna put in our little channel we're in.
Yep.
It's not even giving me the
Bruh.
option to put in the
Yeah, I
password. Let me quit and come back out.
Yeah.
I know. I think it's bugged. You have to know. Don't put the password.
Yes.
It'll
so
give
this
you
is
the option once you load in.
I think the issue was that I already loaded into my own one and put my own password for that. So when I joined the other one, it auto put my old password. It wasn't.
Ah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
We usually have this problem when we play with our group where I'll just
Mhm.
make a lobby, invite someone, close the lobby, and then make a new one, and then it works fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
Love
if
the
people are able to
password, Ella.
join,
It worked fine without password. too, that's
of
fine.
course it is, Ella.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
I went
funny,
to
Yeah.
Salty.
Starbucks earlier.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god.
How do I? I think the music is making my stream crunchy. How do I turn off music?
No,
Hmm?
that's not
You have to go into
You have to go deaf.
either. I think you can turn off some of the audio. You can
Should
probably
be
turn
able
off the music.
Hey.
Oh, thank you. That might help. Maybe.
Oh, there you go. Ah,
Oh,
Do something
okay.
crunchy.
Okay.
There you go.
Now
I'm
let's
in.
see if he'll do it.
Hmm.
Let's see if he'll do it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Yeah, is it just giving you immediate wrong password?
Yeah.
I think
Okay, yeah, Ella, you need to close the lobby and then make a new one and invite us. That should fix
Okay.
it.
You made it too pretentious. We're not good enough for that lobby.
Other way around. I'm not good enough for you guys.
But
tap.
how dare you? How dare you? Don't talk to my friend like that.
Whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
how dare
Yeah.
you talk
Listen,
badly about my friend?
1v1.
I will get
right now.
aggressively supportive. Don't make me do it.
Listen, I'm putting in the same password.
Okay.
That's fine.
It's a fitting password.
It is.
Right,
Oh, there you go.
right,
Alright.
right.
Shouldn't ask for a
Didn't
password
have
if
to
you got
do-
an invite.
it does. It does.
1, 2, 3, 4,
It works for me.
5, 6. Okay, perfect. Everyone, yeah. Okay. Gonna mute on Discord.
I'm gonna do the output thing again.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's
Yep.
the way to do it.
Where are you? Where are you?
Where are you?
Who am I missing?
How to know if you're a 90s
Clown?
kid.
Emmy's here.
Or aunts, I guess,
Bappi.
depending.
I think I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Duh.
Duh.
Oh, what about you, clown? Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh yeah. Can everyone talk so I can adjust their volumes? Not at the
I
same
don't
time.
want you to mute me.
Bye. Don't worry,
know.
I'll whisper really quiet so you have me turned up, and then I'll start yelling.
Start
No,
screaming.
please.
Fucking starts midway through the game, streams.
Clown, if you are talking, we cannot hear you on the game or in Discord now.
I don't think it's
Is
Clown.
in the game?
Clown isn't in the
No.
game.
No. Just letting him. If he's talking on Discord, but he's muted.
Well, time for more head.
Huh?
Customization.
Click more head. Bottom
Yeah,
left.
customization.
Yeah, what do you think I meant?
Oh. Tell me about it.
More head's always a good time.
Yeah.
Somehow I'm scared.
Why?
Why would you need to be
I was like,
scared?
"Hey,
It's Repo. Looks at
I've
the
never played
multiple
Repo."
ESRB things that I've made for this game.
You never played Repo?
First time we get a bone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, rubs my fly.
Yeah, rubs
Okay,
them
there we go.
feathers together.
Yeah.
Also, Abby, thanks for joining us. I'm excited.
Yeah, I love you.
You were betrayed.
Last time I played Repo was with you and I, so it's been a minute.
Has. Also, we've kind of updated the pack since last time you played.
Hey Lincoln, how you doing?
In a good way or in a bad way?
In a good way. I turned off the player scaling, so it's not going to be as hard.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay,
We
now
were
I'm-
getting to the point where we were kind of getting bored with how easy it was, so we added a
Yay.
player scaling mod.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
totally.
And then the first run, you have like 3 extraction points, and you're like, maybe not for this group. Because we would get like 5 to 6 people, and it'd be like, yeah, 3 extraction points and 5 different monsters on round 1.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that'll do it.
definitely spice things up.
Mm-hmm.
Guys,
Yeah.
I finished my nuts. What do I do?
Gives you more nuts. I've got peanuts. already.
Gives you more nuts.
Why is peanut butter so good? Ah!
Because it's bad for you.
Okay, we did it. We
Maybe
said-
what you should do is hydrate more, so you don't
Yeah.
get yelled at again.
Yeah.
Oh god, no.
Ooh.
So what
Okay.
happened was... Yep. I'll
Wait,
do it later.
is everyone? Wah, is that eyes? Fuck you. Is
Huh?
everyone done customizing their character? Is ready? Everyone's
Uh,
here. Everyone's muted on Discord.
I guess I'm customized enough.
You can customize more in game.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, you can customize.
Okay, here we go.
Let's go. Oh wait.
Woohoo!
Mario.
Oh. That one.
Oh.
And I thought was.
Yeah, we in.
Oh,
Fuck you guys.
what?
What the hell?
Excuse you?
No, you're excused. Nah, Eyes and Clown are in my chat using my scary redeems.
Oh, you're
Mm,
lucky I'm not there right now.
I'm not there
I
to
have
participate,
no
so
idea what you're talking about.
put that
Code
do
chat.
more for me because I can't do that this time. So
No.
yeah,
Good
Okay,
for me
that's
as well.
better.
Yep,
I have
appreciate
enough
it.
Points.
Hello, princess.
Very infinitely loading.
Yeah.
How did they
it
know
says
my high
second
school
loading,
nickname?
but I'm
Sometimes
gonna
take long.
give it a
Just-
second.
They're
Oh, you
they're
guys do
they're
that?
loading
I'll
on all
be
the
right back. I can
customization.
still hear you guys, so no talking nonsense or no talking shit. Thank you.
I love
Okay.
talking nonsense.
That's all
That's
we
what I do the best.
Hey, what? Now that he's gone, let's like compliment him in like weird, like the opposite of talking
Be
shit.
nice behind his back.
Yeah.
You can't know we like him. What? He's
Yeah,
not
what a chill
what?
guy. Oh my god. Shh, he might be back. He might be. Shh, guys, quiet.
Wait, no, he might come back.
He might come back. What a chill guy.
How long should I wait for this loading?
I think we
should hit the.
Oh,
That was not an answer. What?
There we are.
Hi.
It'll either work or we get kicked. Those are usually the two results to this.
Yay!
Yay. Okay. Wait.
Pew.
Hello.
Hello. I like your
Hello.
horse.
Thank you. I
Whose
like
horse
your
is that?
melons. That's
Thank
inappropriate.
you. No, man.
Okay,
It's
now we go.
Halloween.
Pum.
Oh god, the
Wait, is someone
lag.
AFK?
I'm not gonna
Oh,
leave
hold on.
Aelarion.
Yeah.
Wait, where's
who-
AFK?
I'm right here.
Okay.
Then
Do
let's
we
go.
have everybody?
Wait,
1,
is
2,
there a-
3.
Oh, hold on.
4. Why do I feel like we're
Is the
missing someone?
Ow. Is it V-Sync on?
Clown, you
I
look
knew it.
Amazing.
Wait, no, it's not on.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
Oh, I am running a crazy amount of FPS, but you know what? We're gonna roll
I'm
with it.
picking him with me.
Oh no, they got kicked. Ice and Emmy got kicked. No. What do I do?
No.
Do we leave?
Yeah.
Why am I in here? How do I get out? Help! Oh.
Wait,
yeah.
Start, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
we
am so
go back to
glad.
menu and then we do this over, and then if it happens again, we'll need to make sure that everyone has the same mod pack and they're all updated.
Okay.
If more than likely
Okay,
they
that's
got
what we
kicked
decided
because there
in
was
this
a
game.
mod pack issue.
Yeah, we're gonna quit the game.
Oh,
Alright.
we start the game?
Gonna try
We want
again.
to start this game? Okay.
Okay. Now. Nah. Boop 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 boo. Boo. Switching back to output being 100%.
So guys,
Hi.
Oh no.
Hi.
Oh wait, hold on. Don't look.
Scuff,
Don't look at my
scuff,
mess.
scuff. Let's go. Scuff.
Okay. Yes, I'm aware. Hold on, I gotta go back to Discord.
things are happening.
Gotta love the scuff. Gotta
Hello,
love
I'm
the
back.
scuff. Welcome
I
back.
accidentally shut down the game.
Sorry, guys, I'm eating.
entirely.
Sure.
That's like the weirdest snack I've ever had. It's
What,
like-
the nuts?
It's almonds, walnuts, and peanut butter. I'm so confused.
Why are you nut maxing right now?
not
I'm
maxing.
not nut maxing. Let's be honest, man.
I feel like that's how you develop a nut allergy.
What's up?
However,
Too.
I feel like with that much
Let me see
peanut
if I can
butter,
pull
I
here.
would crave something else to kind of like mix into it.
Chocolate.
Like chocolate. Also, like peanut butter banana sandwiches slap, by the way.
Oh,
Highly recommend that.
Agreed.
What kind of sandwiches?
Peanut butter banana sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very, very underrated in my
There you go.
opinion. Peanut butter pretzels. That's kind of double dipping a bit in the saltiness, but it's still good.
let me see if I can believe.
It's a perfect.
I can hear you.
Wait, what?
Oops.
Without asking someone to pass roll? That's weird.
Oh, we're all here.
Okay, let's put it back to output
Hey.
being
Oh,
0.
there you go.
Yeah.
Haha. Okay.
Oh yeah, you
Third,
can run
third time's the charm, right? Right.
Third.
Oh.
Oh god.
Oh.
Oh, my
If
ping is
anything,
so
we
high.
just run it and then join in mid game.
Yeah.
So we have
Okay.
late join.
1, 2. Is everyone here? Who am I missing?
1, 2,
Oh,
3,
looks like
4,
it.
5, 6, 7.
Good luck.
If you're not here, say I.
Aye.
Very cool.
Manner.
Manner.
Yippee.
What does he?
Hi, Marlon.
Hi, Marlon.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi.
Uh-oh.
Hi, how are you?
Hello there.
Ella, I gotta tell you a story.
Hello there.
What?
A story, you say?
Clown already knows.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. What? Okay. I'm
so I've
edge
been
of my
having some
seat.
issues with
Here
my
we go.
right
I got
eye.
you. I'll be
Right?
the safe code.
Let me
Like, I
know.
felt like there was something inside my eye for like 3
Really?
days straight, and it was like
What?
causing issues. So I went to the nurse today at my uni, and then I told her, and she's like, "Let me look at your eyeball, okay?" And then she checked my skin. Apparently, I've been massively dehydrated for the last 3 days.
How
That
much
doesn't
water do you
surprise me.
drink?
This man doesn't eat food.
Okay,
so,
is everyone
this
here?
isn't
Is someone
surprising.
crushed?
Right?
I think
Marlon,
someone
going
crushed again.
good. How are you?
I
Okay,
count
who-
only 5.
Oh yeah, same.
I think we lost the same 2 people, didn't we?
We lost them both. Okay.
I think their mod packs
No.
are. I think they either need to reinstall or update.
Yeah.
I don't hear the
Depending.
baby no money based on code Ella posted. It should be the second code.
Yeah, if y'all are using the first code, there's a second code now. Second. Nope, I'm not making that joke.
'Cause, yeah, it should be
Extraction
the second one in. Not the one that I linked to you, Emmy, but it should be the one
No.
that I posted later in the day. Maybe that's
Oh,
why.
no.
But I also then won't know why
I did it.
I was disconnecting. Yeah, 'cause Eyes isn't here
The game.
either. Just play and then we'll join on the level. Okay, we gotta speedrun this level. Speedrun.
Speedrun!
Speedrun!
Speedrun! Go, go, go! Ah!
Go or die! Go or die!
Are you? Oh, you're killing us. Okay.
Where am I?
Ah! Go, 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 go! Go, go! Thank God there's a bathroom in here. Oh. Alright. Alright. You gotta pick it up for the value. Over yonder. I brought my old music player from
Help
home.
me take this out.
We don't need the card.
Yes, we do.
We just
You've never played
want
this
the
game
card.
before. You telling me how to play it? This guy.
Oh, that's a door.
Watched videos.
Did you broke it out?
Duck.
Since we're speedrunning, I
Riding
won't.
a horse?
Don't touch the duck. The duck will
Yeah.
kill you.
His name is, Hank. No, you know what? His name is Raisins. If you get it, you get it. Oh! Go back! We got Santa.
That.
Santa's a little mad.
Hello?
That's Santa. Ooh!
I just.
Oh.
It's who.
Where am
It's what I.
Hello?
It's what I call him, but I think he's like the brute or something.
Oh.
All right, come on. Are you gonna come out this way? Are you gonna be a little stinker and just guard, dummy?
Oh, we're like one item off.
Well, I want to get by this. Oh, hold on.
You put in.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh. We're just gonna go this way. We're just gonna go this way. We're just gonna go around him. Oh man, good thing I went in here. Unless. Oh, there we go. There we go. Aha. All right, we got it. We got it. I have the last one. What?
Hell yeah.
He threw the wall.
Okay, that's why.
Welcome in.
That's alright.
I got
forgot
killed
to
by the
tag
duck.
you
I
in
don't know
that.
if someone triggered the duck. It was not me.
Directly
I
said
got
Oh.
killed me.
and updated that.
Are you sure it's not you? He usually goes after only the
I'm
people who
sure it
trigger
was
them.
not you because I did not even. It was not on me. I came
Oh,
from
I gotta
nowhere.
do sting mode. I totally forgot.
So I don't know.
3K.
Oh.
3K.
Oh. Oh no. Are we gonna die? Are you gonna squad wipe? I'm the
No,
first.
we aren't gonna squad wipe, but he.
We are gonna squad wipe.
Hi.
Hey, welcome.
I guess.
No.
she don't know.
Okay.
I see you.
Don't
So,
know.
Shut up, shut
I'm
up,
a.
shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
I'm watching
shut up,
Ella break
shut up,
diamonds.
Shut up, I don't want to hear it. Everything's fine.
She
we
don't
type?
know.
Everything's not
Isn't
fine.
gonna break this time. I'm gonna bring it in.
To be fair, I died because he
I don't know
cheated.
if do we have dead TTS?
Hi, little duck. You little duck.
Oh yeah, we have.
Hello. Oh, they're definitely dead. Fuck. Yeah, I was
We
wondering
did-
why I haven't heard from anyone. Stop it! Stop it! It made me British for a second because I got so scared. Hello, I'm gonna come back for you. I'm just gonna put this down so that it's no funny. Did everyone die? Is that what's happening right now? Okay, hold on. I heard a head. Hello! Hi! Most of this. Okay, I found one.
Yeah, we all died.
Eyes, that freaked me out. You bitch. Endearingly, lovingly, bitch. Bitch lovingly. Okay, there's one. I think there was one more. Hello!
Is there a
keep
duck behind you
talking.
chasing you?
If you are
Oh,
dead.
Hey, there's
We can
a
go
little
on free
duck.
cam. Oh, how do we
Something,
do
but I know
that?
There's another person.
There's a key
Ah!
to go on free cam, but I don't know the key.
Oh,
Someone
X?
Oh, it's W.
Hi!
For me it's W. Okay.
Did you all die? Who did this to you?
Oh yeah,
I feel
it's
like...
probably not the same
like,
keys.
I'm
Oh,
the
it's
only
Z.
one alive right now.
It's Z
This is
for
the
me.
first level.
Wait, where is your
Guys.
Z in
She
your
is the
keyboard?
first one alive.
Where is your Z in your keyboard?
Bottom left.
Okay, that's why. For me it's
Okay, I
W.
got two.
That's why.
We have
There's
different
another
key.
one
That's
here.
wild.
Hold on.
I don't know
Okay,
why
yeah,
I assumed we
because-
all had a
because,
universal
you know,
keyboard.
French are like, oh, QWERTY? We don't know that. Let's put A, Z, L, E, L, T,
Hi,
E,
we're
Y
going for a ride. Okay.
in the first line.
Okay. let's-
Gotcha. Oh, the duck yippies! That's so cute.
And basically, no one does that except France.
boy.
And then I think there's one more here. And then hello.
I'll be right
getting
back, guys.
dead.
All right.
Okay.
Something important came
But
up.
I heard a
1 second.
voice over here
All right. No
before.
worries.
Okay.
Hello.
You're the yippee! The yippee
Hi,
dog!
found you. Found one. I thought, is there another one in here?
Does she know that you could check your
Yes,
map?
there is another one in here. Where are they? Where's it? Here.
Oh, is it?
where's
You are
here?
stuck? No! You are stuck?
They're in here.
No, you are stuck.
Right
Clown, you
here.
are stuck.
I hear...
You are stuck in the.
Oh no.
That's
You're
wild.
close to the
Ceiling.
ceiling.
You are stuck in the ceiling.
Hi. I don't think I can grab you. Wait. Hold on.
How did you
I
get
don't
up
even know
there?
where
No,
my-
I don't think I can grab
I
you.
have no idea.
You're really
Okay.
skilled. Do you know that?
I'm sorry, Bab.
He
I don't
clipped
even know who
through
this
the wall.
is. You're stuck, Step Bro. Oh. No. Okay. I have to leave you behind, my friend. I'm sorry. I don't know who you are.
She leaves you.
Step Clown. Barbaric, no. Clown.
Step
Aw,
Clown.
I'm sorry, bud.
Step
I think that's it. I think I got how many other people?
Oh my
two,
God,
three. Okay, I
Step
have everyone
Clown.
then, except Clown. I don't mean to abandon you, my boy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll bring you back.
I don't know. I don't know. Sounds like she
Yeah.
kinda
Count. I don't know how
She
everyone
kinda
left you to
wanted
dead.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how do I get back?
No, you know. She don't like
Yes.
you as much as us. She don't want to take your head back.
So
I
many
know.
deadheads.
Okay. Hi guys.
I
She's
know.
mean to you.
It's always me.
Clown got Stepbro stuck, so it's just gonna be us for a minute. He's stuck. It's not my fault. All right, get back here. Shush, shush, shush. I will be haunted. Bad girl. My 3 goes, I'm writing you right now.
I am Ghost of Christmas Past.
I couldn't get him.
Ooh.
Get in the truck. We're getting out of here.
She abandoned Clown. No.
Oh, run, 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 run.
We're good. We're fine.
He was stuck in the wall.
Well, first of all, stuck in the
Poor
ceiling.
guy.
Actually, technically a ceiling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who just carried all of you? Get out. I'm not taking any shit today.
Dude, hey, that Santa cheated. He hit me through the damn wall. He no clipped.
Santa?
Yeah, that's what I call him. I call him Santa. Or
Okay.
what is his name?
We're
I
back.
Like-
trusted
Okay,
you.
I'm back. Sorry
I
about
tried
that.
Brute
so
or something?
hard to get you.
You abandoned me.
Ooh,
I tried so
let's
hard.
go. Well, all right. Well, that was
Oh.
certainly a move.
Wait.
Hello. I think.
have a
Do
couple.
we have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
Hold on.
Oh.
Before you mess around,
That
we
I
need to
need.
get the next. Oh my god.
Put it
S-
inside.
what was that? Sorry.
I'm just gonna start the next level without them.
No, no, no. What do you mean?
I'm just
Where you?
gonna
Where?
humble on
Hey.
upgrade, range upgrade. Yeah, let's go
Clown?
ahead and do this.
All right. Anyway,
Yes.
um,
Get this out of here.
yeah, I don't think we're gonna want that. Oh, is shared? Do we have the shared
Where
one?
did Aelarion go?
It should be shared.
Where'd
yeah.
he go?
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Clown?
It's dead.
Did you kill Clown?
Nope. I'm buying stuff and being good.
I revenged you, clown. I revenged you.
We
Avenged?
can't even revive. Okay, I'm pressing the button.
What? We can revive them. What do you mean?
No, we don't have enough money.
What do you mean?
Press the button. Y'all ain't listening.
We need to have just have something in there. We need to have something in there. We don't have anything in there. Let's put in
Don't think
like
that's
a
right.
power.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's test the theory. Let's test the theory. Is this all the heads?
You're right, and I'm wrong. I was wrong.
That is quite all right. You will find that I am wrong 90% of the time, so it's okay. See, I knew we were missing one. I knew it. See, I knew. I asked if we got all the heads. I'm so
Get in
sorry.
here. Go. Run, Cloud, run. Run.
Wait, Alarion's dead.
Oh.
No,
Up.
holding the head.
Just trying to get Eyes and Emmy in here.
Leaving everybody behind.
Listen. Get it together. We're gonna do random.
Okay.
I'm back.
Oh.
Welcome
Who
back.
murdered me?
How do I
It was not me. I only murdered one person, and that was for avenging y'all.
can they get in
Mhm.
I
here?
only
Who by
murdered one
elf? No, we don't need
person
that.
as well because it
After you
was
finish
fun.
the story, we can probably join what
Arctic!
the next level.
Wait, I need to know what the buttons are in this game.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
It's easy.
Wait,
your
1, 2,
keyboard.
3,
Aelarion.
4, 5.
Yeah,
Bappi's
you can
got it.
move with
Are we missing
accuracy.
Emmy?
Normal.
here?
Okay.
Okay,
like
I know that.
normal movement. Okay. You can with shift. We know with
Who
control.
wants the pack?
You can
Hello?
crouch with control.
I can't
Okay.
hear you.
Okay.
Oh,
With
no,
Q.
where is Emmy?
With Q once. Okay, you become small. It's like that.
Everyone looks like me.
Some people can pick you up. Okay.
Oh boy.
How do I?
Okay.
Eyes, are you still watching
How
my
do I-
stream?
If someone takes you, you cannot until you bump on him. Okay. And
Okay.
one thing is, okay, take me. You can scroll to take me further and
Guys,
closer.
Where's
And
Emmy?
you can do
Yeah,
the
I'm
same
still
with
watching
item.
your stream.
It did password
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's very useful for item.
Oh,
And
That was
that's
an accident.
basically. Oh, yes, you have your 1, 2, 3 in your bar in the middle bottom of your screen.
yeah.
That's for item. You can store item when we get some item, like grenade, like guns, and stuff like that.
Do
We'll
you
get
need
the
help,
later,
Clown?
and you can take them out with the number.
Yeah. I'm at
Take
1.
this.
Put in
So
them.
take that
If you
and
have them
press
in your
E.
hand, you can put it back in the inside
There
your
you go.
inventory by
Now it's empty.
pressing the number,
So you should
Yeah.
have one
and you
health.
can
Okay.
take them in your hand.
Yep.
Also, do you have
with
the
the
Ben
number.
10 thing on
And
you?
also-
That's
and
sick.
to use item,
Of course I do.
Hell
by
yeah.
default. Unless
Oh, and
it's
how do
E
you?
to activate item, unless it's a gun to you have to. No, it's
Okay.
even
How do
it's a
you
gun. No, it's
dive
E.
bomb people?
Okay, you see Q, and then
Yeah.
you jump. You jump Q on someone. You jump
Okay.
and you
Come here. Ugh.
Give it up.
Where's Ella? I need to do it on
Stay
her.
bad.
Come here.
Stay bad, dude.
Huh.
Cool.
Now I missed.
Bad 'cause bad.
Yeah,
Bad 'cause
I
bad.
did it. We got Tella. Yeah.
No,
And
no.
now
I'll
she's
save
on
you!
stage. No,
Failed.
How do
Oh,
I invite Emmy?
I have a shield. You cannot do anything.
you took a human a hostage. How dare you?
How do I
Oh,
add?
I'm doing it too early.
I don't
It's not
think it
registering.
will.
Maybe I'm just bad.
Sometimes it's little bug. But yeah, because of the lag. I know people with a lot of ping. You have a hard time to bump on them, and I
Thank
do
you,
have a lot of
thank
ping.
you.
There it is.
Hold on.
Oh, I did 2. Yeah.
Good job. Good job. No,
And
no.
you can use people as weapon
It should
because
be all
for other people
lowercase
to bump other
and
people.
plural. Oh,
And you
that-
can you can rotate
is
people.
not
Yeah.
a fun
Oh,
sound. Oh,
yeah, I forgot to tell you. Oh, sorry.
that's BRB. Oh no.
Oh,
That's BRB. Oh no.
Aelarion, are you there? Aelarion?
But how do you do that?
You
Huh?
can. What do what?
Do what?
What he's doing?
Let me look at my
What
Twitch.
ideas
doing
is
what?
I just turn them off.
What he's doing? Oh yeah, you can press
Marlon,
like
no!
number,
Please
like
feel better, but
5,
I'm so
6,
sorry.
7, 8, 9, and
Yeah.
0 to put
Wait.
the eyes.
See.
I don't think mine changes because I have the pig head.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yours won't change.
Pigs are very much known to
No.
have a resting bitch face.
No.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
and you can rotate. You can rotate people, and
What?
that's funny. Look, wait. If I
What? What the
Wow,
heck?
you got hit and you did not.
Fanta!
What'd you do, Ella?
Fanta,
You can-
what? Thank you so
Oh,
much!
yeah,
What the heck?
Oh yeah, if you wait.
Oh,
you
hell
can-
yeah,
when you
MVP.
click on the back of someone, you can
No,
give
thank
give him
you.
health.
I appreciate
Sorry,
that
I
very,
missed
very
and hit
much.
you.
No, Eyes and Emmy don't have to deal
Did you-
with that.
did you inform
I
me?
appreciate you, Bev. Thank you.
And you can rotate
Aw.
item with right click when you hold an item. Or an
Oh, okay.
person.
I
If you have someone, like, if you
finally
want this
did
people
it.
and you
Very
right click,
sweet, thank
Yeah.
it will rotate.
Yeah, you can rotate.
Not sweet.
Wait, how do you do this? Wait, what button?
Right-
do you
Right
press?
click.
Eyes.
Right click. You take him. and
Yeah, you hold it with left.
and you right click.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Goblin Clown, you guys.
You
He's
want to?
fine.
You can bully too. We can do that.
No, I'm trying to get stuff done. No bully Ella.
We can rotate you if you want.
No bully me. No, it's not funny.
Let her go, let her go, let her go.
No.
Hey,
Mm,
I'm just eating my peanut butter, bro.
hopefully no.
Are you just having plain
Where?
peanut butter, or are you having it with something like crackers or something?
I don't know why
I was
it's
eating it with
for you.
nuts.
I'm sorry, Bev.
Almond.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I finished them, so it's just plain peanut butter.
Never.
Ran out of other nuts, so you
Yeah.
you just eat more.
No.
I was gonna say nut
Mhm.
paste, but that I didn't like the sound of that.
Yeah, I don't like that
Okay.
either. Never mind.
It's like, yeah, that was bad. You should feel bad about that.
Okay,
Which-
Emmy's gonna try
is
one more
weird.
thing, and then if that,
Okay.
we'll speed run the next one, and then see if we can get Emmy in on the next one.
Hell yeah.
Oh, did you want to
We finish by
restart the,
speedrunning all next one, then the next
the
one,
lobby
then the
again.
next one.
Hopefully.
It was
We can
good,
also just
Zelda.
restart the lobby.
Thank you.
I don't know if you want to do that.
What'd you have for dinner?
Which one was it?
I raise
I think
you
it was the
up.
Parmesan chicken and rice.
Ooh, yum. That
Yeah,
sounds really good.
it was a trap.
Oh,
It was good.
That sounds
Again, no
very
one
good.
asked me what I had.
Ooh, ah,
At least you had
Oh.
something.
oh, interesting.
Yeah,
You didn't?
ow,
I just had breakfast.
And yet here you are.
You just had breakfast?
ah.
Yeah,
I know how to pick up the doll. I know
Almonds,
exactly what I need to fight
walnut,
you.
and peanut butter.
And that's to throw you to another
You
person.
are, and I say this,
Ah!
you're the worst person
Yeah.
at taking care of yourself.
Oh, that's a bold
You're not
claim.
wrong.
You don't drink water. You don't eat food. It's bad. It's not good. You're
Do you
gonna
sleep?
Not be healthy.
Do I sleep? I have
Yeah.
insomnia.
Okay, so yeah, you really,
Sleeping,
it's really
what
the
is
big
that?
three things in order to survive you struggle
What
with.
is sleeping? I don't know this
Yeah,
word.
what is this word sleep?
Yeah,
It's like-
I don't know.
Y'all, I'm.
Like
It's like a trial for
you guys
death.
Take care of
Yesterday-
yourselves.
we play Peak yesterday. I went to bed at 4 a.m. It's
Oh,
fine.
God,
Yeah,
people
it's like,
crazy
yeah, we're-
yesterday. It was so much fun.
That was
We're playing this
absolutely
game
not
instead of
working in
sleeping.
the
What do you
morning,
mean?
And I was sleeping at
Chaotic.
o'clock.
Yeah, my eyes
Your
are still
guy
messed
just
up
went to
right now.
sleep.
Hi.
Okay.
Yep.
No.
I am more than just a trophy husband. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah, you
Boop.
are. You tell them.
No.
You never catch me. Haha. Don't you know how fast this horse goes? 2.
Gotta go faster.
It could
Gotta
too.
go faster.
It goes
faster,
2.
faster. 2. Wait, what is that? Wait, in scale of what? 2 horses? It goes as fast.
It
as
goes
2
2. I don't know how to be more clear. It goes 2.
horses?
Oh, I can update my character right now. Oh,
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, you can do it at any point essentially.
What? No, Emmy.
I think we might need to reset the lobby again.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm fine with doing that if
Okay.
y'all are.
Maybe.
Alright.
I'd
Yeah.
rather have
I'd
them
rather have
in
them be in here.
Yeah.
Personally.
and start over
Or wait,
a
hold
round.
on. We'll play a level and then try to invite you.
Because I think it's the same issue we were having with passwords.
Oh, you're getting cut out a bunch.
Yeah.
Ah.
No, we can still hear you.
Oh.
Dude, my
But now
keyboard,
does it
I'm
load?
so addicted
I can
to
hear
typing
eyes
right now.
now.
Yeah, you can hear me, but now the question is, will it load?
Right. I think
Who
there
knows?
is a one of the mods is breaking us.
Oh, for sure.
But
That means
which
probably
one
way
is
more
breaking us
Players.
is the
More
question.
spooky. Yeah. Oh, they play the Rescues and Clowns Discord. Ooh, I will look. I'm gonna go ahead and just reset this lobby. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna just resend everyone invites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, especially now that we're all on the same.
Oh. Well. Let's go ahead and go back to 100% output. 100% output.
Yes.
Go.
It's kind of cool that this can save it. It's the same
Just so you know.
password. Confirm.
Probably
The
still
only
have me
recipe you
muted.
have in there is the-
Okay. Okay. One.
Very good.
Four,
There you go.
5, and 6. Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Whoops. Ah.
Is it the beer you're looking for? I could see it in your eyes.
There we go.
Hello.
You're on that. Oh, really, Dragon? That's funny.
Okay, what happened?
Oh yeah. Alright, we're waiting for Eyes and Bappi.
Eyes and
okay.
Bappi.
I'm tapping with beats. That's really
I knew it. I knew it, Dragon. I synced into everyone's environment.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Okay, let's switch back to output 0. And then everyone immediately
Oh,
stopped
yeah, I should
talking.
There we go.
No, I don't know what you mean.
Just
I don't know
forgot
what
the
you mean.
password.
Welcome!
Alright, here we go. Good luck.
Okay, let's try again.
We got this!
Yeah.
I can't wait to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Like,
other
2 of
people.
us show up.
Yep.
B is,
Yep, you're gonna
Nothing
see
like a collab
yourself.
without having some rough beginning, right?
by the way, B
It's
is
a
mute
VTuber thing.
if you need to mute in-game, but need to talk to
Wait,
stream.
what is it?
B.
Oh, W, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
They won't let me start the game.
Oh!
Fun.
Fun. So does it, like, not do anything, or does something pop up?
I click start game. I click everyone is ready.
Uh-huh.
And then nothing happened.
What?
Okay.
Good game.
Yeah.
Yep. GG guys. GG.
Unless the problem is because I'm hosting it, I don't know why else.
I don't see what would be
Mm.
a problem.
That would be wild.
It has done this before that I remember now.
Would you guys end up
Mardu.
having to do? Just restart.
That's okay, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Woo!
Maybe we start. Oh.
Back to 100% output.
I wonder
We
if I
keep
set
on
it
going back and forth.
Wait.
easier on them.
Wait.
Oh no.
Nothing like scuff.
Same password as
We-
always.
We have become disconnected again.
Yeah.
Alright, 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Okay. 6 times the charm.
Maybe
That's what they say.
7th time's the charm.
Welcome to the menu collab.
I can't wait to put timestamps on the VOD and just be like, and then it's like real game start 1 hour 30 minutes into the VOD. Like it's gonna be a good time.
For real though. Okay, it's the same problem. I click start game, says everyone's ready, and then
You can restart the game and then try it.
okay. Goodbye forever.
No.
Goodbye for the next
Restart
3
games.
minutes.
Oh yeah, I'll
Yeah, we all
restart my
actually
game.
can everyone restart?
Yeah,
it?
we're all gonna restart.
Yeah,
We always start the game? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the 4.
I'm not all that faring. Are you kidding me? Like there is like a non-zero chance I close down like one of the 5 streaming applications I have open right now. Welcome to the inky blackness of the void, chat. Woo! Don't worry, it doesn't care. As we mentioned before, it's like a black cat. Don't mind it. It's just doing its own thing. And sometimes it wants snuggles. Hey, Ratty, how you doing? We are having technical difficulties. I still need to fix that. Actually, this is a good time for a recharge. Actually. Welcome, Ratty. Here's an ad. It is soft. 100% the void would be soft. Assuming that's what you're referring to. Check. Okay, not up yet. I'll do this one more time. I'll go back to 100.
Rude. I am trying very hard to make this work.
You really are. Let me know if you need me to help you in any way, if you can hear me.
Oh, yeah.
And I am lagged so bad.
There I am.
No, they can't hear me.
Okay.
I'm sure they get the vibes. I exude helpful energy, if that's even a thing. Scuff.
Everybody.
Oh, it's because clown is resetting. Okay.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta start the
Hopefully.
game again.
Incorrect password. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the password thing again? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna come back to Discord. Okay, I'm back on Discord. Hello?
Hi, Bappi.
Hello.
Yeah, we are back on Discord. It says the password is correct.
It's the same issue? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a new
Eventually
lobby.
off stream, we need to see which mods are scuffed.
Hello.
So we might have to go back
Yeah.
to the old one because this one is not.
My working theory is I think the more players mod itself is broken. Because
Oh.
I went and looked and there was a hotfix on October 1st and this mod hasn't been updated since May.
Oh.
So that might be an issue. We can
I'm fine with
definitely
starting-
try the
Let's turn off some of them. Let's do it.
Well, hold on. Before we do that, let me try it one last time.
Okay.
and it's like,
And
well, we already
then-
knew that the first lobby is going to be a dud.
Yes,
But if it's
that-
the second lobby that doesn't work, and we can't play, then it might be the broken mod.
Yeah, because it did work when we
That's a
only
good
had
possibility.
4 people, right? Isn't
Mhm.
that the normal?
But it could be mod integration with the other mods. That's the issue.
Hello.
Yes, but
Okay,
there's
I'm muting
a
on
few
Discord.
mods.
Okay. I have to do this.
And you know what? I think maybe next time too, I'm gonna make a mod pack that has less mods specifically for streaming because I feel like from yesterday's stream with Peak and then today's stream, there are certain things that make while you're like trying to run your VTuber and like streaming stuff, I feel like those are I think less is more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can definitely try the other mod pack too.
We can also, what I was thinking is like, if we do this next time, we should just get together, maybe like 3 hours before, 2 hours before, whatever, and then just like try to get into a lobby and start the game to see if it works.
Normally, it's not this much of an issue.
No,
Is the
I've
thing.
never had this
Yeah.
much issue.
Yeah.
Usually,
So I think
I'm
what
the master of scuff, so it happens all the time to me.
I think
Gotcha.
what Eyes is saying is right about if they haven't updated the multi add people to party thing, then that's probably it. And which means then at that point only 4 of us can play, which sucks.
I'll say because they had a patch in October, July. They've been talking about it for a minute. I don't know.
No, Bappi.
What's going on with Bappi?
Bappi crashed.
My game crashed.
He's rejoining now.
No.
Okay. Oh, my game crashed. Trying to start and restarting. Man, okay. Sorry this is so stuff, guys.
Yeah, it's your fault.
It happens.
Damn.
Yeah, I
Damn.
think you could just make the mods
Martine,
better.
I
Yeah, you should feel
promise
bad.
to never collab with ever again.
Blacklisted.
I can't even hear him because he's already blacklisted.
Damn.
Damn.
Oh.
Damn. All right.
No.
Let's see
I
how
love
it
playing with
is.
You guys.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Y'all are real fun.
I do be fun.
Nah, no you.
Where am I?
Do I have? What?
Mango's upset because I keep telling him.
Oh no.
Let's turn Birdie up a bit.
Where are the Pokemans?
But it might just be because it's loud. Because of the music. Wait,
Oh,
can I?
there's the Pokemon.
You can turn the music down.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do that.
I can all the way down. Copyright.
I can't even hear it.
Oh, that's gonna be real funny. It's gonna
No.
be, hey guys, we had connection issues, but because BB No Money was playing the whole time, I had to cut it from the VOD anyway. So enjoy like this 1 hour VOD.
Yep. And that's why I disabled that mod. Because I know I would forget.
Oh wait, did you completely disable it,
the
or did you
Baby No
just turn
Money
it
one.
down?
I don't
Oh,
think that would.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
think that would be an issue.
Yay!
Hi, Bappi.
Okay,
Yay!
Okay.
let's do it. We're gonna start, and it's gonna work perfectly, and everyone's gonna get in, and we're gonna have a good time.
If not, I'll go
Yeah.
with you.
Sure.
Okay. Hey, let us load.
You could just blame me if it doesn't work.
Let me see.
Okay,
Can you
I
go
can see
chat?
Moo crushed.
Okay, it loaded quickly.
Oh.
It loaded quickly.
Did someone leave?
Someone DC? Is everyone here?
Oh, oh,
Big cogs.
oh.
Head count.
Scuff, I love it.
Hold on.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my god.
Yes.
We did it!
Power.
There we're going! Let's go immediately to our death. Let's go, Bappi. Let's go! Where's Santa? He's gonna give me the gift of death.
Oh. Oh my god. I see what this is. It's
Frog!
with 200 ping.
Someone's gotta take the blame, Dragon. You good?
Okay,
Ow.
go, 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 go.
Why are you rushing? We're fine now.
No, the
no,
fastest.
we need to rush.
On and off again works.
Oh, that's okay. Maybe I should put the things in the cart.
I saw that. I saw that. Ooh.
You didn't see
Not only was he
nothing.
Blacklisted, but he broke everything.
That wasn't even me! What do you mean? That was Bappi! Oh, that sounds like Joe Biden. Careful, guys. I think we have a Joe Biden situation happening.
Oh! Watch out! Duck! Duck!
You can get under here. You can get under here.
I'm under here. I'm under here. Hello.
Hello. Underwear. Haha. Anyway.
Funny joke.
It wasn't, but I appreciate it.
They killed someone immediately.
I heard it
Oh,
floating around.
clown.
The button.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, no!
Back.
Ooh. Okay. I think we're safe in here.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, I think he's gone.
No, I can still hear him. We're gonna do this. Alright, if you're going to push, I'll be a lookout.
Broke the door.
I did break the door. Oh. I think someone's sick. What anti-door mod did y'all install? Like, damn.
It wasn't me, I swear.
There's some stuff in the hallways. I'm gonna try to pick those up. Be very careful.
I don't even know where the stuff is.
If you look above, if you hit tab on your map, anything that's yellow dot is something we can grab.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Like, this work? Hello?
Yes,
Oh,
like
it does. Ooh, careful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we see a big walkie-talkie popping in the
Yeah, you gotta whip it out for everyone to hear.
Oh, why
Hold
did
on,
you-
careful, careful, careful. Joe Biden's over there. All right.
Wait, which way do I go?
Okay. Left. Yeah. No, what took the cart? What stole the
Careful!
cart?
No! Oh!
Oh no! My diamond! No!
Joe Biden's around here. Careful.
Who did it? Where's my diamond? Did it just blow up?
I probably did.
Aelarion killed the diamond. Not me.
Okay, there's another cop.
Not me.
Okay. Okay. I think we're okay. All right.
Trying to
Hi.
get volume correct or something.
Oh, you stole
All
the
right.
cart.
I see 2 more yellows. I'm gonna get the one nearby.
I was up.
All right, you got that one. Okay, I'll get the other one.
Oh, I forgot. It's only one. I'm sorry.
the
That's my
other
bad. That's my bad. There's nothing in there.
No, there's one more. Oh, that's fine.
One item.
Don't hit me.
I got you.
Oh
No, I was
my.
getting him. Where'd he go? Where'd he
We
go?
did.
Well,
I'm
I
back.
guess that's the end of that.
I thought there was 2. That was my bad.
And
Look at the top right.
I'm trying to put you on the bench. I'm trying to put you on the bench. Oh.
I'm trying to get all of these people wrangled up.
Just don't be stressed. Easy
You know
as
what,
that.
Eyes? You've
Stressing
Emibirdee
out
decided, like,
is
thought
my
of
job.
talking.
No, I didn't hear any of that, Ella.
That's great. That's okay.
See, why would I want to be a streamer when they're stressed?
Listen.
I'm always
I
stressed.
have 7 little chickens I'm trying to wrangle up right now.
How dare you? I'm a dodo and you know it.
All are
did
the
nothing.
chickens.
I did nothing wrong.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for the charity. Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks, Freddy.
Bees!
Appreciate your
What
support.
happened? Where am I?
Wait.
Can someone take me bees?
Oh, I don't know. Is someone gonna
Sir,
try
that
and
will
kill
be,
the entire
$3.
lobby again?
Again.
Sir,
Is
no.
that a nade?
Back it up.
Oh, wait, it's the other way.
Oh my god.
Ow. Hi.
Sir, please do not test the weapons before you buy it.
Bucket. 2 buckets.
But they're
2
fun.
whole buckets.
If you're gonna
We're
do
gonna
that, please
kill
take it.
everyone.
If you're gonna go boom boom, please go do it in the bathroom. Thank you very much.
Please.
For real.
But the diarrhea, though.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Oh, wait.
We have someone that we have hired just for that occasion.
Neon.
Wow.
Oh, that's true. It is wheel time. Oh damn.
Bonk.
All right.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
All right. Wheel time, guys.
oh wait.
All right. I'm going to hold on. I'm gonna mute myself in game. There we go. All right. Wheel time. Wheel time. Oh, Dragon did another 15! All right, so we're gonna need to spin the wheel twice. Okay, we're spinning the wheel twice. First. 20 squats. All right, okay, I'll do that right now. All right. 1,
I couldn't look up.
four,
I can't look up Illustrator.
Ideally,
Six,
it's great.
seven,
Is it Dodo?
8, 9, 10,
Fosito!
11,
Oh my god,
12,
Bab, how
13,
are you? I love
14,
you!
15, 16,
Thanks for
17,
coming.
18,
I appreciate
19,
you.
20.
I wish I
Mine
could
to
vote.
skip the wheel.
I wish
I don't know. The voting mod's
Use your
broken,
what?
man.
It took away my suffrage.
Meant to be
Got
get
it.
out of jail free card.
Ready to
Quad
go.
Jail in what way?
How
What do you
doing,
mean,
Fosito?
Dragon? What kind of get out of jail free card for
Started
what
it.
situation? We can do yours next
I
on the
did.
next
Why? Were
on
we
the
not ready?
next one, if that's what you
I
prefer.
wasn't out of the voting screen yet.
Oh no!
Like it matters.
Oh,
Get some Tylenol, Marlon. I hope it's all going good. Yeah, it took us a minute, but we're finally here. It's finally happening.
Don't jinx it.
I
Yeah.
can't believe that.
Tired?
No.
Sure.
That made no sense.
Right.
That went by so fast, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a lot of us.
Oh,
Oh no, chat.
then
Oh no, chat.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I'll still spin it one more time.
Uh-oh.
I'll still spin it one more time
No.
while we're
No.
contemplating
Who
death.
jinxed it?
Oh no, chat.
no.
Again?
Hold on. It might
20
come back.
more squats, I guess. Like, damn.
I'm thinking.
I'm gonna be so
Yeah.
1,
Mm.
2, 3,
You know what?
Wow, is
Everyone
everyone's
hydrate.
day?
6, 7,
Yeah.
8,
We're having some
9,
technical
10,
difficulties.
11, 12, 13,
Hope everyone's doing
14,
good.
15, 16,
Little stressed. Little stressed.
19,
Before this,
20.
I was getting my butt whooped on Battlefield.
Yes, you were.
Well, I was trained by my
How
brother,
dare-
so I hope
You don't
I
have
would
to
hope it
tell
would be
them
good.
That. Come on, man. You don't have to confirm it.
I wonder if
Okay.
turning off map loading
Hey,
would
you were
help.
putting up a good fight at least.
Maybe.
You were trying.
Because
I
the
was
map
just trying to
load's like
blow
up the
broke.
Whoa.
Look at that!
What?
Look at that anonymous gifter! Let's go!
What just happened? Oh, and the knocking. No.
Oh.
Oh no. Hello. Who
W
did
knocking.
that?
Shared hype
Who
trade! Let's
Okay.
Yeah,
go!
you can.
Thank you,
Yes, you can.
whoever. That's very sweetly. Also, during the knocking too. You're crazy.
Crazy.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Oops. Can I do this? Shit. Ooh, ooh. La 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 la. Honestly, surprised that we got it twice. By the way, the whole thing. Let's go ahead and switch this while we're.
I'll figure it out on there. Deal?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Whoa. How do I do this? Main menu. Yes.
Do you have stuff
Retro!
unmuted in
Well, thank you for the
Discord?
gifted sub. Oh, you gave it to Idealist too. Also,
Oh,
welcome to the
thank
anonymous.
you.
Thank for giving it to Nori,
Yeah.
Lily, Chuck, Phantom.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Discord.
How do I
Code.
respond to this?
Calling you out.
Okay, hi guys.
Hi.
New code
Oh.
in chat.
New code in chat. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if I was able to
Okay.
unmute or not mute during that whole thing.
I didn't hear anything about the spinning.
Yeah, I spanned twice and I got 40 squats that I just did, so I'm a little out of breath.
Good
But
Lord.
but I went to be like, oh, am I unmuting? So I hit escape to check, and I just left the loading. I was just like,
Aw.
well.
What Whale.
If it ain't the
Aw,
consequences of
thank
my
you,
own
Whale.
actions.
Very sweetly.
Is that why like we immediately got into the game?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. I was holding you back.
So yeah, so everyone make sure
no.
you put in the new code.
Yeah.
We'll see if the map voting was part of the problem.
Oh, okay.
Okay, importing now.
Yeah.
You just click update existing profile.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful woman named New Code in chat or messaging me. You
Bingo.
know.
I'm here right
Wait,
now.
how do I?
You okay, baby?
There you go. Update existing profile. Ella collab.
Press.
It's just the inky blackness of the void, but we chill with that. Because the void doesn't care. It's a cat.
Launched.
Meow.
It's a cat. It's a kitty cat. Okay,
Yeah.
well, so you're gonna make the lobby. You're gonna invite us. You're gonna leave the lobby, and then you're gonna invite everyone. That's.
Okay.
I don't know why that is just like a constant. Like every time I've played this game, that's just how you fix that.
Simon says.
If I'm gonna say, if we genuinely can't get this to work
Mhm.
within like the next half an hour, I think we need to figure out something else.
Yeah.
Let's play Peek again.
because almost
I
2
don't have that
hours of
installed.
this is
Literally.
maybe a
Well-
little rough, or hold on, or we reschedule this collab for another day. Those
True.
are my 2 things I'm going to offer
What?
because this is
I'm
this is
okay
a lot of
for a
struggle.
reschedule. It is.
But we're
I'm
gonna
okay
try.
regardless.
I'm fine with doing both,
gonna try.
honestly.
yeah, I'm down
yeah.
with either.
But what I would recommend, I was going to put out as a recommendation, if this one doesn't work, we essentially just only do the mod that allows us to play together, and that's it. No other mod.
Yeah.
Just the play together one,
that-
because that's the most important part, is that we're all playing together. Everything else is just
That is
frosting. And then that also gets to determine what the core issue is. We don't have to do like guesswork to figure out which
Yeah.
one of all of them. So that's what I
Which
put
one of
forward.
all?
You know what I
Thank you
mean.
for hype train. Thank you
There's
guys.
so many that it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think next
Yeah.
time too, for when we are specifically doing stream repo, we will not have this many. I think that's why I think you're right. Okay.
But it's
Okay,
so
I
much
can
fun to
hear
have
the
this
noise.
many people. It's so much fun.
But if
I
the
can
thing
hear
that's
the-
breaking,
Yeah, I know.
then we can't do it.
I
Okay,
know.
I've sent everyone an
Yeah,
invite.
we have
You're gonna
password
join.
problem. You need to restart.
Yeah.
You have
Okay,
to
I know.
password
We're gonna
thing.
do exactly what I said. It's okay. And
Mhm,
people
as
aren't going to
you
be able to join, and then we're all gonna leave, and then we're gonna do it all over again.
But I'm
Oh, you only
panicking,
needed
Ella.
to
I'm
invite one
panicking.
person. I mean, yeah,
I can
most of
sense
this mod
whatever it
pack
is.
is just like cosmetics.
Okay, leaving.
Yeah.
So we
and
don't need it.
leaving.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
Ella, we're
because
still
it's
having fun.
Making everything work.
Me crying in the
Okay,
corner.
now I'm going to send another invite to everyone. New game. Yes.
Mhm.
Password is the same as before.
Oh.
Maybe it's the password. I'm joking. That'd be funny if it was.
There's
Change the
literally no
password.
other
Well,
option.
maybe if you did make it
not
so-
funny at all.
It made it such a problematic curse word. Maybe it
When
wouldn't
you
be having
guys,
such an issue.
Okay,
When you
everyone has
guys
been
saw the
resent the second
bird,
invite.
Okay.
Did you hear him say yippee?
All right, let's see if it
Who?
works this
The
time.
the, the
I
little
did hear
duck?
the bird say yippee. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm loading.
my game is stuck in loading, so we're just gonna
They-
restart that.
Thank you, Emmy, for smooching chat.
Yeah, he does love it.
Very sweet.
Are you
Also
out here
when he's loading.
smooching?
Who's out here smooching?
Why are you not out here smooching?
I
I
never
don't know these
smooch.
people.
I never
Think about
smooch on
that.
the first date.
Whoa.
My
never
smooches
smooch and
are
tell.
more important than just to give out to everyone.
Damn. he
Damn,
hates
we're
us.
not good enough for your
That's the thing.
smooches? Is that what you're saying?
Whew.
Wow, the silence is deafening.
Scared me.
Your silence speaks volumes.
That scared you?
It was loud. It's very loud.
You
Oh.
can lower the TTS sound in the settings.
Oh no, I turned up my actual headphone volume so I can actually hear everyone a little better.
Okay.
Mm.
So that's why they're.
So we should all start screaming now.
A little bit more.
Okay, so all right, so we all whisper.
Wait, my mic will not.
no
take it.
ASMR.
Yes, all the ASMR.
Did I?
Ella, do you want ASMR in French?
Why are you inviting me?
My game is frozen. I gotta
Yeah, me too.
I'm
That's
right
fine.
here.
Great, spicy.
Let me restart the game. Same.
Okay.
Okay.
I just
All right.
Two more invites.
All right, I'm in.
Invite everyone again, even if we're already in the game.
I think I
Okay.
did.
Apparently you
I think I
can.
genuinely invited everyone twice.
You did.
That's so
I'm
funny.
sorry.
To be fair, you've done
Wait,
this
hold on, I got
like
this invite.
8 times now, so like it's not really.
But more than that.
Yeah. Also, what I've been doing for the most part, if it's, is I've just been right-clicking your name on Steam and then hit join game.
Here's Emmy.
Hey, if that works, that works. Hey,
So-
Emmy.
So we're missing Aelarion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barrel, barrel, barrel.
Fanta's giving kisses. Ooh.
By God. We just handing out smooches in chat? Just like
Apparently.
Which is for free.
that? My God.
There's
It's
Aelarion.
like, no.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
Last try.
gotta-
We got this.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just deafened myself. That usually seems. I think.
Yeah, essentially.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Promising.
accent.
Aw.
Oh, wait a minute.
All right,
Okay.
let me count my chickens.
All right.
Why
1,
isn't it
2, 3,
working on
4,
my
5,
thing? Hold on.
6, 7.
I think we're all here.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Where are you?
5, 6.
Yeah, I was trying to hide.
God, it's a
I'm good at this guesswork.
Okay. It's been the inky blackness the whole time. Why isn't it?
Here, I got you.
Oh.
No.
There
I'm
we
in the corner.
go.
Let me out. Let me slump. Let me be sad. No.
Nope.
There we
You're not
go.
allowed.
Free me.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Not allowed.
How do I
Now
get
it's
out of
working.
this? Free me.
Ugh.
Let me out. Let me out.
Woo! I'm trying.
It's time for a bath.
Gotcha!
Get me out.
She's
Fuck
never gonna do
that.
this again at this point. She's never gonna do this again. We have to give her some kind of break. She's never gonna collab with us again if we keep up with this.
You gotta break it.
And then let go. Ow, my head.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Someone can help me with that?
I got a frog!
I need help. I wanted to put it on the cart. But yeah,
Ah, the cube of healing.
Baby.
Books. Nothing up there.
I'm hopeful. I gotta have hope. I gotta have faith.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
Oh, this one you break too? Okay.
It takes a little bit though, because the tape.
Hey guys,
Okay, I haven't
They
seen
they
an
put-
Amazon box in here before.
they put my real life face in the game. That's really cool.
Be careful breaking it. I think there's critters in it.
No. Ease, Louise.
One sec. Ugh.
Money.
They, look, there I am.
Oh my god.
It's an upgrade.
What? You can get
Other
upgrade? It's a
than
gift?
Oh,
Wait, guys. This
does it sell or can we just use it?
No, you can use it. It should give it to
Oh, none.
That?
None.
No!
your spindly fingies.
No!
I don't think they heard I said none.
Hide. What are you doing?
Just don't look at her face. She's very self-conscious.
Oh no, Pookie.
Hello. You still in here?
Yes.
Yeah, he's right there.
Nope. Nope. Help! It's my ex! Get out of here! Ugh!
It's my ex.
Yeah, the nun and I have, like, history. Ooh.
Oh shit.
In the sense that every time I played this game, she does not like me.
Someone died.
No. She's still in here. Just don't look at her face. Someone looked at her face.
Someone else died. Hello.
I would move the cart, she will smack it.
It's fine, it's empty. I lose the story of cars.
She also
Oh.
responds to sound, so I don't recommend talking
Oh.
normally.
She do?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello. Hello, buddy. Welcome. Okay. She don't care about you.
All right, well, you take care of the nun. We'll take care of... Never mind. The nun will take care of you. That's a lot of dead bodies, chat. We're gonna be hunting wabbits. Is there anyone else? Oh, there's one more. I have you.
Look at all these chickens.
Me when I drop the kids off at daycare. Behind you. You are the lucky winner. I'm just kidding. I think what I'm anticipating, I'm going to throw you in. I'm going to go back there. Okay. That's what I thought would happen. I knew she would track me down. I've been living a lie. I'm a secret agent. Oh shit, what? Oh. How dare you? Okay. Where did she... She's... Come on, we're leaving, we're just going. Alright, I think that's everyone. Good enough. Ooh! Okay. Oh. Hopefully I got everybody. Come on.
To the truck.
To the truck. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. That was a hate crime.
Wait, what happened?
That was targeted.
We know.
No, I was dead.
Why didn't you run?
I got cornered, bitch.
Oh. You know what? Fair.
Well, what about in the beginning when everyone else was running? I think you were distracted, definitely.
Congrats on hitting your goal. Thank you.
You were probably talking to chat. You're probably doing streamer things. Like you should.
Yeah.
Go back.
Did we just hit another circle? Hold on.
Yeah.
Chat
Ella
is
was
still
doing
back.
streamer things.
Oh. Ooh. Are all those all plus ones? Ooh. Let's. The way that the price increase works is that it goes up the following day. So it's a good idea to to invest in one stat all at once, and then the next day.
Strength.
Yeah. Strength. I mean I see a lot of
Strength.
+1
For you.
jump.
Why do we need more? Why do we need jumps when we can pick up heavier things?
Because our issue is more to do with dying than it is with picking
Don't
up heavy
worry.
things at the
There's
moment,
There's
no?
something else. I have
But
another
if we get strong enough, we can just pick up the monsters.
No.
That's fair.
Zombie.
I'm down for doing strength if you want to do strength.
Strength.
Found it.
Strength. Okay.
Wait,
We're only putting strength in here.
I'm being bullied by Bappi. Ah.
Strength. Hold on. Is that range? That's range. Get that out of here.
Appies.
Is that range? I thought
There-
that was strength.
The one you just put in was strength.
Okay,
There was
wait.
a
Please.
range in there.
Be small. Be small.
What is this, bro?
You are not
Am I
small.
not small?
I cannot.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm half small.
Any other
I think
strength
that's
one?
all the strength.
Okay.
I think that's all the strength. All right, send it.
What is
Well, we
this?
should still spend the last of it.
Oh.
Damn, I was so close.
Damn. All right. You want a little more? Okay. Perfect.
Wait, how much? Yeah, we can.
I'm so proud of these
Alright,
guys
everyone,
not
back in
killing.
the car.
The fact that none of y'all died in here, that shows growth. That's oh,
Here you
Wait,
go.
where's Emmy?
Motherfucker.
you good?
Emmy? Okay, good.
Okay.
What's happening
Ella,
to
we're
me?
gonna
What
be
is
strong.
this?
We're gonna be strong.
We're gonna be strong.
Okay.
We're gonna be super strong.
We are 4 away, I
For
think.
How many strengths do we have? How many
Yeah.
strengths did you all
Yeah.
buy?
Oh my god,
All.
all the strength.
all.
And we have shared grade, I forgot.
Yeah, we do. So now everyone has
I almost
5
said-
strength.
I was just doxed you, Facito. I was just in your full government name.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Ah!
Let's go!
Wait,
Phantom!
Wait!
Let's
Where did
go!
this do? Oh shit, thank you. Okay.
Someone's
well,
eating ramen for the next 2 weeks. Let's
Thank
go!
you very much. Fanta! Okay, you got
The sad
Red
part is
Bull.
I've actually
Phantom.
done that
Hat
before.
Club, Tree, Emanuele, and Pixie all good.
All right, let her thank her generous people. Oh, that. Sorry, I don't know my own strength.
You got a
Whoopsie.
pigeon? No, you got a horse?
Oh god.
I'm stuck.
I got horse and
Oh,
and
my
pigeon.
glitch.
You're what?
Glitch?
I heard
guys,
my
found
cl-
a diamond.
I heard.
Oh,
Never mind, I broke the diamond.
Yeah, you didn't find anything, did you?
What is that?
Guys, my package came in.
slams it.
No, wait. This definitely opens. I think
Does it takes a while though?
with all of our strength. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Seriously? There we go.
Yay!
Ooh. Ooh.
Shock.
You want it?
Nah,
Okay.
cannot be trusted.
Listen, I take the responsibility. I do not have the skills. I do not
Nope.
have the appropriate skill
I'll
set.
throw a grenade
Okay,
and
okay.
forget to turn it on.
Just
Yep.
don't touch it.
Yep.
The
Done
dog
that.
will follow you, don't touch it. But he will be fine.
Oh. Why is everyone hitting me?
To be fair, it was the rhinoceros that hit you. I heard the sounds of a monster. We might be strong enough for the duck. Not gonna lie.
I'm being chased by a dog.
Scissor sister.
Oh, not the scissor lady. Ooh, present. Ooh, something worth exactly the amount that I did.
Oh my god, full ass.
Ooh. Whoop whoop.
Oh.
Scissor lady.
A lady who's grumpy.
Oh shit.
Hello?
Who left the cart? Me, who left the cart. Alright.
Oh, there's a duck.
Whoop! Scissor lady.
Oh. Mama.
Mama. Ooh, I almost ran into it.
She's the scream.
Ooh, duck. Quack. It was totally worth 891, guys, the whole time. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear y'all didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. He, she, we didn't see anything.
Yeah, she's
Hi.
over there.
Excuse
Like,
me.
you
Oh,
look-
sorry.
Is it
Huh.
two? Oh, there's
No.
two. What the hell?
Oh,
Careful, she's in there. Careful, she's in there.
We could just run circles around her.
She
It's
has run into
fine.
the frog.
I think if two of us pick the, I think two of us could pick her up. Collectively, we have 10. Let's see our present. Oh.
You tried.
Yeah. You know what? It's Gamba and we lost. That's okay. Really?
The duck
You
is
guys...
following you. Oh.
I said two of us could probably pick it up and you leave me to die. Hey man, how you doing? I'm one of you, so we're cool, right? Goblet! Did you put your name in the cover of her?
Thank you for that meal.
Shut up.
Jump from
Oh,
the
e,
sun.
We hit our sub goal, okay? You
Oh,
get
e,
points
e.
for sub goals. I forgot to post the
Thank
pan
you.
one though. That one
Thank
had
you
no
for the
pan.
cake.
Oh,
That's what the lick emote is for.
Oh.
This was totally worth 372 from the beginning. Do not question it.
There you go, Ella.
There you go.
Watch out for the duck.
What you
Don't
got?
put-
The duck is fine.
Chat.
You got it? Okay.
Yep.
There's definitely something over yonder.
Is there anything in there?
Present! What could it be?
Scissor Sister is crazy. Oh.
That's her name. Good job.
Ow! Woo! Ow!
You
Woo!
Aaron.
Whoop! Woo! Woo! Scissor sister! Woo!
Oh, she's running after you.
What do we have that's... Oh, sprint usage. That's what it was. I don't...
Who did that? Who did that?
Hey guys, what button is this oh, nope. She's so dumb. She's so dumb. Object permanence. Object permanence. Ooh, a plate. Oh!
Is it this?
I think it's this. I think you got it.
It's V.
V.
Oh shit.
Walkie-talkie in your face.
Damn it! Just damn duck! I'm gonna murder it!
Hello, come in.
Hi, how are you doing?
I,
Hey, how are you doing?
Hello.
I made a mistake and posted the wrong emote. So if I get banned from Twitch, you guys know why.
what did you post?
I mean, I have a couple of guesses, but I don't
They're
think
just
you've done
they're
that.
just not gonna approve it and then take away your instant like uploads.
No, there's supposed to be one that has panties, so it's not just ass.
Oh, are you showing
Oh.
thigh?
No, it's
I
actually
know, full cheek.
It's full
Oh,
cheek, bud.
full cheek. Oh, well, I mean,
Oh no!
all the
why did
power to you.
commission that?
all the power to you.
Good luck.
Listen,
We
I'm
believe
just
in you.
leaning in. Whoa, to the glitter streaming.
Whoop.
The Scissor Sisters here.
The,
Okay. Let's take
Ah!
that.
Ugh.
I just
Ugh. I wouldn't go that way.
Was item. I was like, oh no. I was gonna grab him.
You can't grab my pigeon no more than I could grab your pigeon.
Excuse me?
Also, Bappi, why do you have a binky?
what?
Why not?
A binky?
A pacifier
What?
Why
what's
not?
in your mouth.
Oh, yeah, there's a
okay.
pacifier in your mouth.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly. Why are you judging?
I was like, I can have that and a rose when it's look fun. I don't know.
All right. We're
Guys, I'm
good.
just gonna be here. Don't mind me.
Okay. Have fun.
Jump scare. That was funny.
Hey, you guys want to kill the
I got
Scissor
my
Sister?
fork and knife ready for that cake.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Do we want to try to kill the Scissor Sister?
We don't have anything to kill her.
We all have 5 power, so I think like
will never hate my lesbian sisters. I love them.
yeah.
Go ahead and hit it.
Hit it for
I
wait.
don't even know where.
Actually, you know what?
Fergie. Time to run.
Running.
There you go. I'll give you a little bit.
Oh,
Better start
thank
running.
you.
Did we start it? Yeah, we did. Okay.
Where are we going?
If you hit tab, it'll leave dots to where you need to
When
go.
you take tab, you see
Oh.
when you have to go.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Someone pissed off a duck.
It wasn't me, I promise.
Mm-hmm.
It actually wasn't.
You're
It was
really
Bappi.
leaning into this so hard.
Dude,
Good call. Hi.
I'm just giving what the people want, man.
You are.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just so funny though.
Wait. Okay.
I have to.
Listen.
Hold on. I'm opening your damn stream. I want to see what
I'm
the
gonna
hell
be the
y'all are
next
talking about.
Cottontail V.
I gotta see this.
Yeah. I'm opening
Damn,
I-
Ella's gonna do ASMR videos.
I think
it.
she,
Yeah. What's your first cover?
Oh, there you go. Hello.
Okay.
Cottontail does ASMR.
Wait, what
Cottontail
is that?
does a
Sea
lot
breeze?
more than that.
She does. She voice acts in some.
very different sites.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's
Yeah.
my goal. That's who I want to be when I.
To be fair, that's a very good
What?
goal. I really
When you
like
grow up.
Cotton.
You were about to say that when you grow up, weren't you?
I did
When I
say
grow
that.
up.
I did say when I grow
Oh.
up I want to be Cottontail.
How do I press E on
Ow! Why?
Dream is to collab
No.
with her one day. To be honest.
I believe it.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
W?
I think it'd
What
be
the
really
fuck
fun.
are we getting?
Her or like.
Speed, the wings.
Can I get
Philly?
Princess.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yes.
Those are like
I don't
Oh,
get
oh,
you.
well, all right. Well, okay.
Never mind.
That's fine.
Lillian,
God.
Cotton.
What
are you-
I wanna collab. Those are my dream collabs.
I guess we're just
Hell yeah.
gonna get everything.
I believe in you.
That'd be amazing.
Now get in there.
Thank you. Oh, ow.
Oh god. Where'd she go?
Oh,
Over there.
No. No.
Oh,
Oh,
I
okay.
could-
Well, we have no more money.
That was
Hey,
his
whoa,
mistake.
wait.
You shouldn't have died.
this was the circles. No. Look at him.
Stop! Stop! Bappi, stop!
No.
Bappi would kill
Hi.
everyone in the lobby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
I
That was
will-
all
Only
Bappi.
Zombie.
Killed me.
Only Zombie because it's funny.
All Bappi.
Content? Is that
Yep.
what you're gonna say?
It does not.
Content?
Alright, are we all back?
Can I steal an upgrade?
No, we all
all
share.
share.
Same
all get
upgrades.
them.
You can't steal them.
Everyone gets them.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why we're all
Yes.
gremlins about it.
Tab right now. Look at all your
Oh.
upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, that makes
That's
sense.
also
Why
your
do I have
map.
50 HP?
Good.
Because you
Yeah.
died, forehead.
Bappi killed me, you mean?
No, in the
can't
shop it don't
believe-
work. It don't. It don't. That part. it
Hey,
don't
we
work.
should
likes to
all
kill
gang up on
everybody.
Bappi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah!
I'm an axolotl.
No,
Doesn't matter.
Totally that axolotl.
Get his ass. Get his ass. Where is he?
Stab
Get his ass.
him.
Whoa.
Ooh, we get to use our double jump. Let's go.
Oh, sorry.
Oh. Got that.
40
What is
foot
that?
vertical leap.
Let's go. I can
Damn.
finally play basketball.
All it took was mod packs.
That in real
All it took is modding.
Some upgrades.
I did it, Ma.
Why'd you moan like that, bro? Wait, hold up.
What? I said I did it, Ma.
What?
Your mom is proud of you.
I think so as well.
Wait.
Oh, what? You good? Fish.
Can we break this?
Yeah.
Aw.
This level has a lot of really cool vertical spots, so keep an eye out on the ceiling. There's usually something that you can like crawl into, or like a hole that has like really cool stuff in. So, just something to keep in mind of. Ooh. Oh, well. Oh, you son of a, you. Bah. All right. I'm underneath. You could drop it.
No, I'm keeping you on the stage. I'm keeping everyone else on the stage.
All right, fine. I'm on my way up.
Okay.
Better hope that I don't get up there. Good drop in, by the way. You still owe me $5,000 for the thing you made me break, though. You heard me.
Yeah?
Gnomes! Gnomes!
Kill!
So oh! Get them!
Where is he? Where's Bappi?
Oh, the bomb ones!
Bombs! Listen to the change to pitch before they explode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got you.
Collective
Col-
hydrate.
All right.
Drink some water.
Oh, are we sharing each other's redeems?
Why'd you do that?
If that's the case, y'all owe me some
We
squats.
have to bring it back. Yeah, don't pick in the car.
Yeah, I know.
Damage. Oh, it's like a little Fiat.
Ooh. Ventilation! I get to be a necromorph. Let's go. Okay. Ugh. There we go. There we go. All right. That means everyone gets hydrated, by the way. Talk to a specific somebody.
Please drink some water. We love and respect Zelda.
I just don't have water, but it's fine.
Do it
Why don't you
again.
have water?
I have
Get water.
That's why.
Hey, that's what I currently am drinking too.
All right, let's see here. All right.
I don't need 2 a.m. water.
Oh. We got big man.
Water is for chumps.
Excuse me. Excuse me,
y'all are
pardon me.
Very wrong about what's happening. Should definitely hydrate more.
I refuse.
Let's see. Anything over here? Oh, we got the thing. Ooh. Ooh. Why is it like this? Oh. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Let's do this. I got the hungry caterpillar. Okay. Alright, we got it. Oh.
Can someone help me in the dancing room?
I think people were almost dying, so you're gonna have to give them a sec.
More than almost. I think some people were dying. You know what?
What?
Ella, I think you're safer where you are.
Well, I found items, but I heard a bunch of people die, so I'm kind of hanging out here.
Yeah, there's the really big dude down here.
It's just Santa Claus. I have found the hungry caterpillar.
The hammer run.
So you did.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put this next to the other one that I found. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Making my way downtown, walking somewhat fast. I found a giant glizzy and I'm homebound. Boom, 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 boom. And I need you. And I wonder. All right, cool. All right, so what do you need help with exactly? I'm here, this time without my hands full.
Where are you?
I've just finished doing it. We gotta go res everyone. Your wife is the best, by the way.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's gonna... Watch out. He's gonna suck. And it's not gonna be the good kind. Like that.
No, we will not.
Sir, do you mind? I'm trying to get this over here. Sir? Gosh, so rude. Am I right? Definitely drives in the left lane in the slow lane. You know what I mean?
Who's
All right.
alive?
Me.
Is that Aelarion?
Woo woo woo.
He's dead.
Where's the cart? Oh shit.
I moved it. I moved the cart closer to the thing, for obvious
Okay.
reasons.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go around you. Ho ho ho! Hee hee hee! Any other reds besides that's in there? Okay, looks like that's the only red left. And he's puppy guarding. Do you mind? We're trying to get that head. And just because we have the more head available doesn't mean you're obligated for it, alright?
Okay, oh, hello. I have one of the head.
I have another head. What? More head? There you go. I think, is that all, everyone?
I think so. We're gonna here back up and we'll. I think there's only 3 in there, but just press it.
All right. I mean, I know where the other spot is, so I'm gonna unlock that.
Okay, I'll grab the cart.
Okay, sounds good. Meet you over there. Excuse me, my guy. Hold on. Oh, all right. We're just gonna put you on the table. Just oh so gently. There you go. Doop 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 boo. Bow bow bow. Bow down down bow down down bow down. Bow down down bow down. Got a tooth. Call me dentist. Call me Monstro. Hey, those who know. Let's go.
Scream or something. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Oh.
Is that a hi?
Hi.
I like my empty glass of margarita.
Oh, yeah, it was empty when you found it, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Where's the thing?
If you hit tab, look for the dots, it will lead you.
Okay, don't sell. Don't wait, don't have
I don't know. Have we seen eyes? Is eyes here?
Guys, are you alive?
to truck.
I don't see eyes anywhere.
I saw it at the truck when we were tied. It was empty.
Everything makes me think of Leon Kennedy.
Welcome back, guys.
Well, I mean, that's not a surprise for anyone, really. I got Donald Duck, I think.
Accurate proportions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
When was this
wait.
leaked? That's
There we go.
crazy.
Yep. Accurate size.
Yep. This is pretty. It's actually a little small for him, but you know it's all right. Artist choice, guys.
Oh my god.
My god, the gobbler must be a giant.
All it takes is some dedication, hard work.
Dedication?
Listen, man.
It's like, listen, we all have goals in life, all right? For some, that's our aspiration.
Leon Kennedy's Glizzy and.
Oh my god. Everything reminds me. I should call him. You see these? I should call him.
For real. All right, let's run. Let's go.
Woo! Woohoo! Oh, I did shift tab. Haha.
Oh, it's a cigar. I didn't even see that.
Oh,
What is
oh.
that?
Whoop whoop whoop
Interesting.
whoop whoop.
Wait, sorry.
Whoop, whoop,
I'm
whoop.
A
sorry.
little more. Pardon me.
Oh, the lasers!
Let me go.
It turned on
Yes, we
me.
do.
Oh.
Not there.
No.
Is that wee mama?
Whoa!
Hey.
Made it.
Yay.
Hello. I fed my cats.
Come here, you gnome. Hey, say hi to.
You were
Don't you dare
like-
throw me out.
That's a kitty.
Is that the phone?
Cheeky ad. Be right back. Meow, 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 meow.
Wahoo!
Meow, meow. All right, let's see here. What are we thinking? What are we vibing? We're really fast, by the way. So I'm not even. I feel like the stamina is actually fine.
Yeah, I got redeemed at the
Oh,
beginning.
sorry.
I forgot
Nice.
to do it.
I'm gonna put you there.
I kind of like
yeah,
a
the peanut
bunch of
colada.
jumps.
You a cool thing? Okay.
Oh.
Here you go.
How do we feel about a bunch of jumps?
Help me! Why am I flying?
Black pina colada. That one. Yeah.
Because I gave you a cool thing. You want another cool thing?
I was like,
No. Leave me alone. No.
what can I help
No.
grab?
I'm thinking doing +1 jumps this time around because I feel like we're fast enough. I feel like we're strong enough.
Don't you dare kill me again.
You know what? Maybe some health.
Did I get Bappi this time? Good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
We got
get him.
Bappi.
Get his ass. Get his
Got
ass.
the
Where is
menace.
he?
Come in.
I will also
The
do
next
another
time we play
cheeky
this,
sprint
I'm gonna have the mod that
usage.
prevents people from dying in the shop.
Thank you.
Oh,
None
that's
of you
no
can be
good.
trusted.
No,
We got a little bit of health. We got a little health in there.
You
All right,
want
we're
the
missing
chaos.
a
The chaos
7.
Listen,
All right.
all we had was chaos for an hour and a half.
Oh,
The chaos
really?
takes- The chaos
I was just
takes
about to hit the
place
button.
during it.
Damn you.
Hey, it all got knocked out too. Hold on. Here you go.
Why am I flying? Why are there things attacking me?
I think this gun was also in there. No, it wasn't. Okay.
And
All right.
So no, I don't think the gun was, but this health pack was. There was 2
All right.
health packs. One was for Bappi.
All right. Perfect.
I need one. Am I like always at half health?
Well, you gotta throw it in there
Skill issue.
and not kill people.
What?
Hi.
Oh yeah,
Here,
skill
Bappi.
issue.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay,
No.
it's okay.
No gun.
Huh?
All right.
See, look.
I've been tased.
Oh.
I've been flown. Help me! I'm dying.
You do have like 7 drones on you.
I know it's Bappi who keeps doing it.
Yeah, give him.
Bappi
He
do
don't
be a
know.
menace.
He takes them away, so that's funny.
Christ.
I'm just trying to live.
I learned one playing with him. He's a menace.
Munch, munch, munch.
Look at all these +1 jumps.
Wait, how do I use the?
Did you buy
way.
a lot of jumps?
Yeah, we now have
yeah,
5
oh,
extra
yeah.
jumps.
One.
That's
Whee!
not enough.
How many
We
jumps
need
do we have?
10
like
at least.
like 6. We have like
Five.
6 jumps.
I only have. Wait. I thought I saw only one.
Because you have the one you normally have, and then every extra jump is an extra jump. So 5 extra jumps is 6 jumps.
5. That's
Oh,
amazing.
bunker.
Yay.
Bunker, bunker, bunker.
Oh, did I bunk someone?
What is this like amnesia bunker or something? Like
Did I bunk someone?
Hello? Anyone in here?
it's true. He is an exception. I don't know exception to what, but
Pigeon power.
No, leave Bappi in.
is that an innuendo?
Okay, thank you.
You want that to elf?
Oh, just put it down. Just put it down.
Pigeon power.
That's why I said I got you.
Oh, you have a big bow in your back, I didn't.
There,
Oh, you're-
I'll put her here.
there's a what? Instead of puppy power, it's pigeon power. Oh.
Oh, wait, wait,
Oh,
we got
that's
that.
gonna be. You guys took care of that, right? Wait, there's
Alright.
two of them.
All right, let's keep looking. Oh, oh! Uh-oh, I'm getting possessed. I'm possessed. Oh, good job.
I got you.
Up,
I got him. Up.
down,
Bonk him.
up, down, up, down, up. I kind of got her. Hey, come here. Oh, I need a second person. All right, you and me. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Oh, oh.
Okay, again.
Up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
Good job. I'll get this one if you get that one.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Let's go directly to the thing. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see what you just did over there and just assume we didn't kill them.
Just assume they were not. You didn't saw it.
We tried so hard for that. That broke me.
Teamwork.
Hi! Don't worry whose soul this is, by the way.
I tried.
Oh, okay.
No, you did great.
Just,
If
you
only
know...
someone didn't put that cart right in the doorway, would have been perfect.
That is true.
Man, if only. Oh, wait, is there something that's, like, behind this? Or, no, okay, never mind. The map made it look weird.
Lost.
Looks like we have a couple more stuff coming our way. Did someone just break my damn soul? That better not have been the soul I just put in there. When I get back there, I better see a soul. I don't care whose it is.
Not mine.
Ooh. Careful, he might shoot. Let's see here. What do we got over here? Oh. I'll take it. Alright, I found the next pickup. I say send it. Oh. Stretching. Oh. It's not even like a redeem thing. I just need a stretch. Oh. Are they gonna send it or are they not gonna send it? I guess I'll explore this area while they're futzing around. Let's see here.
Oh.
What's up? Hi. Did y'all hear me on the radio by any chance?
No.
I said I found the other thing. I say we send it.
Oh yeah.
What other thing? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the next extraction.
What the hell is this?
A prison.
The door. How did you break the door?
I'm very strong.
Oh, there's a bunch of things. Baby.
I'm gonna put this next to the one I found.
So weird.
Ow.
I would say we send. I found the other extraction.
I found the third one too.
Hell yeah.
Wait, I will go with the cart.
Wait, I can fly? What the heck?
And there we go.
You're welcome.
That wasn't you. You're not Rio. Get out of here.
All right, I'm just gonna send it. Whoop. Oh, you already sent it. Okay. Oh, ooh. Oh, that could have been bad. I wouldn't go that way. We're finished with that. I'm heading to the new one now. Never mind. I don't know where that one is. I hear you cackling over there. What's so funny?
You know, my name is 12 Diamond.
That's true. This is 2900 Diamond. I think this has superiority over you.
No, that's because I broke all 12 Diamond.
Oh, actually, it could have been the opposite. You're like the top 12th Diamond ever. Like, it's like one is like the best, right? Whoop!
That would be true. If only that was true.
I believe it.
Okay, do we sell this one too now? Maybe.
I'm not seeing anything else on the map. I'm gonna do a run through, but
So we have two more.
something?
Yeah, over here.
Oh yeah, because you put the little guy next to it. I thought you were smart for that.
Thank you. I am occasionally smart.
You need to give yourself some more credit, I think. You
As do-
carried us in many a game.
As do you.
Oh, thank you. I'm sad Kai didn't join us tonight. I messaged her and I never
Yeah.
Oh, say.
Yeah, Kaichi was gonna join us.
Yeah. She was
Gotta
feeling
go
better,
way
but
down with all that cake.
Shut up. Shut up.
to be fair, if Kai also
Kick my
joined,
ass.
we would have. Damn. You ain't like. Where's the lie though? Where's the lie?
Wait.
Right?
Where's the lie?
There's nothing wrong with having a heavy burden.
Or a heavy butt in. Hey, that didn't work. Don't laugh at that. That wasn't funny.
But this moment's funny.
All right.
Is there anything else? Yeah, I got some. Your mom.
Damn.
Yeah, how much that worth? 961.
Tree fitty.
Not enough.
What you munching on?
Barbecue pretzels.
Hell yeah. Oh wait, is it the one that's like spiral? And
Yeah, the dots.
yeah, they're so peak.
They're, I was gonna say, out of the dots line, they're not bad, but
Uh-huh.
I think I like the honey mustard more.
Really? See, I haven't done the honey mustard because I don't usually like mustard in general.
I
But
don't usually like mustard. I love honey mustard.
okay, you know what? You convinced me. I'm willing to give it a shot. So
My eyes.
yeah.
The funny thing is, so you hit Z to do the zoom eyes, and you can zoom in, but you can also zoom out, and it's such a weird fucking POV. It's like the Quake POV.
Oh yeah. Me when I play Minecraft.
I can see everything behind me.
Yeah.
Zooming.
But you like I want to see a game where when you zoom out and you get a better FOV, your eyes start going to the side of your head, like a deer.
Bruh.
I think
That'd be great.
we're good for the next one, yeah?
Hello. Look
Yeah.
at my eyes.
Well, I think it should be it.
I can see it all.
What's wrong with your eye? You have glasses on. I can't.
He's
I can
doing
see it
this.
all.
Okay.
All right, off we go.
Oh. Scary. That door. Monster time. Go this way.
We made ourselves way too fast. There is no longer anything that can catch us.
I kind of love it.
We have eyeball.
Oh.
Look away. Hold on.
How do I
Okay.
help
Okay. Follow my voice. Follow my voice. Go right. Back. Okay. Okay. Over here. Left.
Hit Q.
I've been kidnapped.
Oh.
Mayday, I've been kidnapped. Someone help me.
Is that what that laser was? Was that you?
That was. Who had the gun?
Is that what that was?
The gun.
Oh no, is that welcome back. You spawned back and squeaked immediately. It was amazing.
Someone got kidnapped by the
Yeah. Here's your laser, by the way.
Oh, I used it all up. I killed myself with it on accident.
You bought a gun?
I found it.
I found it.
I'll
swear.
search for the
Oh, you
kidnapped
found
person.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Is someone still kidnapped?
Update. I'm alive now.
Hell yeah. Is there anyone else missing?
I think we're all accounted for. We're back at the truck.
All right, get over to the truck. You have 30 seconds.
30 seconds remaining.
29, 28, 27, 26,
1, 2.
23, 24, 22, 21, 18, 17, 15,
I think we're all
13,
here. 0.
8, 1.
2. The horse goes 2.
Goes 2.
I like
You
that
don't
there's a cat on them. Zelda.
Everyone goes quiet during loading because they don't know if they are talking.
Who would talk?
I know, right? It's only streamers would do that, and who's streaming right now? Like, it's so
Yeah,
cringe.
Ella would spawn in first.
Listen.
They do have the highest ping.
Yeah. Fucking ping
I'm
advantage.
hosting. I'm hosting.
Ping advantage.
Oh my gosh.
I'm at least not the one killing everyone.
True. Where's Bappi?
One fear.
One fear. One fear, Bappi. What are we thinking? What are we vibing with? You know what? Let's get some range up in here. Let's do some range upgrades.
He's good. Don't shoot.
We've seen too many times of him doing things to
I
instantly
know.
believe that
I've
he's
been
gonna be fine.
victimized by it.
I don't know what
Better.
this. I
Be
don't.
better.
We're not better. We will do the same thing he
We
did to
have
us.
To be better. I'm putting
No.
myself between him and you.
Bappi,
You're not doing
I'll
a good
save
job at
you.
I'm trying.
Ah, I failed saving you.
I'm trying so hard. Alright, I'm done trying, man. Okay.
Good.
I'll save you.
Here's that for those who have died.
How did I not hit
I
you?
don't do anything bad.
Now the gun's in the other hand.
Oh,
Do you want
he
to do,
looks so
do you want
sad.
another one?
This is what my birds do.
Oh,
you
you
want
look
to
so
do
Woo. Woo, woo. Whip, whip.
I don't want to hear it.
Do you want
All right.
another one?
What do we?
Hey!
Valuable count
I'm
upgrade?
hiding
Nah,
here.
we don't need that.
Oh.
Let's do stamina.
I'm out.
Let's do.
Bappi's
Yeah,
getting what he deserves.
you. Ella has done. Has
I'm so done.
very much
For
reached
the
their
murder
limit.
of Double
Let me
O
know when we're
Dark.
done. I'm just gonna hang out.
What?
I'm gonna hang out here for a minute.
For the murder.
Hi.
My friends are bullying each other.
Hi.
Hey,
Listen,
Bappi
you
started
can't.
it.
There's no control over
You
this.
started shooting.
I did not. Bappi started by killing half the lobby. Round 2.
No.
No.
Oh look,
Is that
an
a nade?
actual gun.
Wait.
I'm just gonna buy this stuff and start the next one. If you want anything, that's it. We're going.
I was waiting
Ella
for
is,
you guys
like,
to pick.
Done. Ella is over us right now.
Right now, the whole time.
No more collab. Ah, there's another one. Bappi!
It is. I believe it's the
I
end of
have
the
a
week for you.
grenade. Don't do anything stupid.
Wait, whoa, relax.
Get in the truck, Bappi.
Get him, get his ass.
Oh my god.
Ah, good.
Oh
I hate
boy.
it.
I didn't kill anyone, okay?
That
was
time.
my-
Lie, you blew me up like 5 times.
That was my devil, my devil,
Uh-huh.
sibling, you know.
Uh-huh. Who am I on top of? What the hell?
Is she so chatty?
He's mad because I want to scratch him.
All right, everyone, heal up if you need healing.
There's one big heal. Someone take it.
Whoever's low, take it.
Nice thing. You just talked to me. I'm right here.
Huh?
Huh?
Thank you for the hydrate redeem eyes.
Museum.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no! I froze
What
that.
is this?
Aelarion got
There's
kicked.
nothing important.
Oh no! Wait,
We
you got kicked.
Who got kicked?
Oh, you guys are so funny. I will blink and I will unshrimp. Thank you.
Wait.
Bappi
how did
kicked.
Aelarion get kicked?
Bappi kicked me.
Bappi
What?
kicked
No.
Aelarion?
No! I did not!
Bappi.
I believe it.
Bappi.
I did
Bappi.
Hold on.
No!
If I remember correctly, he can come back to the next one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna speed run this.
Speed run it. Speed run.
Speedrun with
One.
3.
You didn't, but I still believe. Yeah, you know it.
Yeah. Don't worry, I wasn't gonna. Oh.
Strength, 2 range, 1 crouch rest. Why do we keep buying tumblewings?
Because it's funny.
What do you mean it's funny? It's a waste.
You can fly so far away.
You can fly
Yeah,
down to
you
your
can do
death
that
slower.
With 1.
Oh, we see people on the map. All the
Why do
time.
we have 3 is what I mean.
So we could get 3 pairs of wings.
Why do we need 3 pairs of wings? What's wrong with 1 pair of wings?
But it looks cooler.
You don't have 3 pairs of wings.
Says you.
No, you don't. I'm sorry to break the news. You don't.
Oh.
I didn't realize I had it, so I just slammed it into the wall 4 times. I was just so upset about being told I don't have 3 wings that, like, I had to take it out on something.
Clown felt in the... Yeah, he felt in the hole by himself. I absolutely not.
Taxi! Bring out your dead! Bring out your dead! Bring out your dead!
All I'm saying is, it's kind of curious. Bappi was the only one to see it.
Fascinating. Hold on, let me check up here. What? Why are y'all sounding like that? What's going on over there? Hey, who wants to play stoplight green light with me?
There's an egg up there.
I believe you. Bappi keeps killing people.
Let's do this.
Why would you do that? I was gonna die.
Where? We could pick them up. We could totally do this. You ready?
He left.
I got you. Ugh.
Put him in the hole. Put him in the hole.
Ooh, yeah. In the hole. In the hole. Yeah. Ha ha.
I had to mute for a second because Pepper was screaming again. I'm like, Pepper, please.
Pepper, please.
There's 2 poos.
Hold on. We got a thing. Everyone's gonna be forced to look at this. Just a heads up. Oop. I did knock that one off a little bit. Let me take this back.
Oops.
I'm gonna take this back. Yay! Bow, 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 bow. Is there anyone who's dead that y'all know of that aren't in this cart?
No.
Sweet.
I got poop. Don't hit the button.
Okay. You got it, fam. Oh, poop! Alright. Oh, hold on. Let's bring him... The duck. Just bring him in there. You want to go for a trip, little buddy? You want to go for a trip? He's on his way to Disneyland. That evil laugh.
Yay, thank you.
Welcome
Last
back.
time she watched us play it, but
Yeah, she went to play last time.
Alright.
Thank you.
Welcome. Oh, there is a stoplight that I know where it is, so we'll need to figure that out. I might be able to do it solo.
Idealist, have you ever played Outlast Trials?
I have not, but I've always wanted to. I'm down to play it if you are.
oh hell yeah.
We were all dead and we were talking.
Oh, wait.
Because I've never played it. I think it'd be fun. Off stream, on stream,
I
whatever
just-
you guys want.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
discovered We can play killer.
Yeah.
Some people
Hell
can play
yeah.
killer in Clash Royale. I discovered that.
Ooh, that would be
I think it
fun.
was only AI killer.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's only AIs that are.
No. I saw some people playing, and they were playing killer. So I don't think it's a special mod.
It's like a
Okay,
mod or something here.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's probably a mod. I don't know how you would do that.
Hola. ¿Cómo está?
Hello.
Hello.
Please don't drop me or kill me.
¿Dónde es la
I will
biblioteca?
not kill you.
Okay, I believe.
What do you
trust
believe?
That he won't kill me.
Okay.
Bold claim.
Your fate is not on my end anymore. Okay.
All right, before we hit this button, I'm gonna get a.
Eyes don't kill me! Eyes don't! No, the lights! No!
Let me grab the stoplight. I'll be back.
Oh yeah.
Hi,
No,
how
no,
are you
don't
doing?
grab it. Oh. No! Oh,
Well.
We're getting there. We're getting.
Bow, 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 no, boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't... Okay. What? Is it stuck?
I'm gonna have to let it go. Yep.
Okay.
There you go. All right, ready?
To say we can just lift it like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, like put it like that.
Uh-huh. Now what?
Wait for it to become red light. Don't move.
Yeah.
Okay, after that we don't touch it and we push it.
Oh. That sounds like a pain. You have fun with that.
Yeah, but if we don't, we have to not move when we.
I mean, we go super fast. We just let it go when it gets to
true,
yellow.
So we have a lot of strength.
Oh, never
wait,
mind.
wait.
Never mind. We're not gonna
We
do
have to
that
fight
anymore. I even said I was going to go get it. Oh, all right, let's check over here. Banana. All right, let's see here. I know where it is. I remember. I just don't remember where it is. I think it was over here.
Oh.
Yeah, it was over here. Bring it over here, Bappi. All right.
Okay, now we can.
Okay. I have them. Up, down, up, down, up. Oh,
Okay,
get him
take
again.
it, take it back, take it
Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down,
So it's going with the count.
up, down, up, again,
Again.
up,
Grab him.
down.
Okay.
Oh,
Good job.
And don't push that on the ground.
Oh,
I have it.
here we go.
I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Don't cross your streams.
It's in.
Yay! Hold on, we need to do the light.
The light?
Yeah, there's a stoplight, or is it broken now? Where's the stoplight? Bappi, where's the stoplight? Bappi, where's the stoplight?
What are you talking about? I never saw a stoplight in my life.
I never said that. Man definitely said he saw a stoplight.
I'd leave for 5 seconds.
Getting gaslit by Bappi. If everyone's alive and good, I'm gonna press the last one, and then
We have a
Aelarion back in here.
we have a couple of other things. Yeah, we. Oh.
Grab my basketball. Should I wait?
Yeah, I think we have. Oh yeah, I got it. Whoop. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, drop it. Come in with the basketball, and I think we might be good. Ow! Oh, I have a basketball. Why?
I have the basketball.
It's a square basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's actually funny. Alright.
Exactly. Just like the world. The world is cube.
Here we go.
The middle ground between flat earthers and reality.
In reality, I knew.
All right. Everyone out. Woo! 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 What do you think you're doing, huh? What do you think you're doing, huh? Get out of here. Get out of here. Shoot.
What crime are we talking about? What crime are we talking
Your
about?
crime.
I did not do any crime.
I saw your
Keep going,
crime.
it's a thing.
Okay, kill him.
Go, 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 go! Press it!
I'm just gonna keep him in the air. Not gonna lie, I'm just gonna.
I was just holding him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold the guy. He's more scared of us than us of him.
Sure, my good.
I don't know how you come back.
How do we already shouted?
After the lobby, we invite him back.
Yes. Yeah. In that case, I'm fine with skipping this shop. I don't think there's anything that I.
No, we need to buy stuff. It's a waste of money.
I mean, does it
Think about
disappear?
all the stamina that we could have. Yeah, it disappears.
Oh, I actually didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Let's get some health up here then.
I definitely need health.
Yeah, Bappi would hit me. Yeah, I saw that.
Ah, it was not me. It was upgrade.
Bappi doesn't
Yeah,
play
my
well
bad.
with others, writing in notes.
We're up for too much.
Honestly, I say not health packs and just get health upgrades
Well, I
instead.
need help.
Well,
I
I
died.
need both. I'm at
Okay.
30 out of 120. I don't think health upgrades is gonna help.
It'll give you 30.
Ready?
Oh boy, 30. I can die to anything.
Yeah. Just don't die forehead. Ooh, I thought that was gonna put it over. Okay, cool. Okay, we're good.
Alright. Here we go.
Let's get out of here.
And then I can invite Aelarion in the next track.
Who are we missing?
Yes. Make sure.
You good in here? Are you in the toilet? Hurry,
Yeah,
get.
They left us.
Ooh, ooh.
Run!
They left us.
Run! Alright, now I can invite. Sorry about that, Aelarion.
Hold on, before we pick up
Well,
the
Aaron's
stuff.
not gonna be able to hear us.
No.
Oh, so before you pick up anything, let's wait for them to get here so they can also get the stuff.
Incorrect.
I think it's.
Oh, really?
It starts. It refreshes at the start of every new level.
Oh.
Yeah.
I sent him the invite. Hold on. Back?
There you go.
Not yet. I don't see him yet.
Why do I have 2 missing health? What happened?
Here? No? Send again?
Are you having the incorrect password problem again?
Yeah.
If so,
I send...
no. I mean, we could reset again. If that is indeed the case. Hi.
Reniki!
Hello.
Oh, he's here! Yay!
Reniki!
Yay.
Hello!
Can you guys hear me?
Alright, we're
Hello?
here, we're
Yeah.
going!
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, I have
Welcome.
updates.
Yeah!
No, it's fine. It's fine. It will refresh. It will clap.
Okay, there you go.
The game's going pretty well. Pretty fun.
Yeah, we've been playing the whole time.
Yeah, we totally
Yeah.
no scuff, no
Definitely.
scuff, no nothing.
Perfect.
No scuff.
Perfect on landing. Hi, Reniki.
There's a lot of there's a lot.
Oh! Okay, be nice. I hear the laughing already. We're being nice!
I'm laughing because I almost killed myself.
Luckily, y'all have 6 jumps, so just spam that shit.
Oh, no! Don't run into it!
Oh, we got it.
There we go.
We have big child,
Hi,
so
Reniki.
careful. They might just push you off the ledge. Big baby.
Okay, I'm being careful. Yeah.
Big baby.
Reniki, I had so much fun playing Peek with you yesterday. I think I'm joining us.
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was so chaotic. I was very There's so much happening. But it was
So you
worth
found
it.
yourself. Hey, that's good, buddy.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Oh, the card's
Yep.
right there. Okay.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah, see?
okay.
There's a clown.
What'd you call me?
Hey. Ooh. Oh my
I
god,
don't-
what?
Oh,
No!
Oh!
what is that?
Oh, that's the thing
Reniki,
from
I'm
the thing.
sorry.
The movie, the thing?
Yeah. There's something in the
Oh,
ice.
there's another thing.
Oh, big baby, careful. And I'll let you know when the big baby's gone. Anytime
found the
now.
card.
Careful, big baby.
Sorry.
Don't look at it. Well,
Ow.
that's big baby.
Where is the big baby? I didn't even look at it.
It was in the hallway here.
I automatically looked at it.
Oh, weird.
Oh, there's something here. Wait.
Oh, I see it. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, I thought I saw it.
Oh my god, how are we not able to take the computers, bro? Like, you know how expensive those are?
There are some computers you can take. And some computers you can break.
Is that a bomb?
Gremlin.
Is that a dynamite?
No, that's a gun.
That?
There's a hunter that if you talk, will shoot you. If you make no...
there because it fell.
I'm gonna
put
actually...
dynamite in there.
I'm just gonna take this manually. Y'all have fun with Shooty McShooty. Nothing like Shooty McShooty. I'm gonna put this over there, and then I'm just gonna send it. We have 4 of them to do, so.
Yeah, I think you're right. Honestly. Oh, that should
I heard
be
I heard big baby. Careful.
I heard that. There. I made it easier.
They're having fun.
This is actually a cool idea.
That is a pretty good idea. Hopefully it doesn't move.
Imagine if it broke. I know.
That's unfortunate. Sorry about that.
Oh no. Is it Emmy?
We have 3.
No,
we
it's
have 3.
Bappi.
We have we have 3 other ones to do, so we're not. This is.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
I's mad. I hear the old man.
Yeah, I see the next one. Yep.
Okay. The left.
What a loser, am I right?
Hi.
Hi.
Me.
Want a pretzel?
Yeah, I want a pretzel. Are you kidding me? That sounds
They're
amazing.
barbecue flavored.
Hold on, we have a couple of other reds up there.
Barbecue pretzels? I don't think I've ever had. It does
Oh.
feel good. Thank you for the hydrate. I hydrate right now.
Well, that door's just... What's with these doors, dude?
This scary.
You suck sometimes.
Just so strong. Oh.
Watch out.
I found a child.
Big baby.
Oh, baby found me.
Baby no more.
Yeah, that child.
Alright. I'm gonna... Yeah, go ahead and put that in so we can get some of the dead guys back. If you would be so kind... Oh, wait, hold on. There you go. Thank you.
Is everyone alive?
Yeah, every single person is alive. Yeah, every single one. He's gonna blow. See?
Wait, grab this thing. I gotta hold the door. Thank you.
Woo! Damn it. You didn't see nothing. Yeah, I got you.
Hold the door open. Thank you.
Any particular reason why you need to do that?
The door. Oh, they were starting very fast, and now they're not.
It's because you're just so strong.
I'm just so strong.
I have an item. Be very careful. Interesting.
Dangerous room.
You need to keep going. There's a marshmallow, and he's angry.
Yeah, there is indeed a bow tie, ain't there? All right. There we go. And
Risky jump, so I'm sorry in advance.
oh, I'm sure you'll make it. I believe in you. Especially with 6 jumps. Okay, nothing. Whole lot of nothing. Let's go this way. Anything down here? Nope.
Nothing over there?
Nope.
Okay.
Beers! BYOB! Let's go! Hey.
Someone died.
Looks
just
like it.
felt.
Yep.
I wonder who that was.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Wait, this is so cute.
Oh shit.
Oh, hi, Clown. Oh, bye,
Saw that coming.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you, I promise. I am laughing at the, oh shit, and then the fall. That was funny. Oh.
Clown died.
Big baby, watch out.
Hello? Wait, is anyone else alive?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Big baby. Really don't want to get hit in this room. I am gonna go for the yellow on the left here. All right, let's see here. Oh, it looks like we also just haven't gone to this room yet. Anything in here? That's what you get for singing. Please don't. I want you to continue. Nothing. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that's gonna suck. Oh my gosh. I'll get you in a second. Okay. Alright, so all of you are dead. Am I understanding that correctly? Okay. Alright, So I think I have 3 more, y'all. Two more, y'all. What the fuck was that?
You ever feel like plastic?
Sometimes. But those are the times when I took many edibles. Just kidding. I don't need edibles. I probably should, though. Actually, I'd be too powerful. Let's not. Okay. Question is, do I get greedy? Yeah, let's get greedy. Greedy, 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 greedy. Nope, nope. This was always 9,804. Okay. Come on, come on. I'm gonna need you to. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it this. Yep. Oh, 8,000, 7,853. It's always 4,357. Yeah, that's it. Nope. Every time. I don't care if y'all saw otherwise. It's fake news. AI generated. Slop. Totally. I would never break this. I don't know what y'all are talking about. I didn't have anything in my hands. I'm gonna go find the other one. I'm gonna go ahead and find the other one, guys. Don't worry. Don't wait up behind me. We're good. We're fine. Let's see. Where is this thing? Oh boy, Santa! Hey, big baby, do you mind, like, thank you.
Guys, run!
Oh boy. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that coming.
She's going to kill me.
Where's Ella?
Y'all need to move that thing over here. I have a fan. If I bring it over there, I will.
Behind you! Behind you!
Oh.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Right?
whoop, whoop.
Oh, someone died. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
One of the people died. Wait. Oh, I got it. Okay.
Santa's in the other room, so be very. Y'all are probably gonna die if we are in this room with them.
Give me this head.
Oh. Okay, we need to take the cart out of the last room.
Yeah. You're good. You're good. Jump. Keep going.
I'm only looking at the...
Keep going. Keep backing up. Yeah, you're good. Santa's over in that room. Be very careful. There is a fan over there, so also be careful. Okay. Perfect. And there's that. And there's that.
Sometimes here.
All right. You want to tempt out the slam and then run. Like that. Like, oops, sorry. I'm trying to get out of the way from Santa. Okay. We at least got that. Alright, good. You have them. Do we have any... Does anyone see any other heads on the ground?
That's all. Hey, guys, can you tell me if there's one star?
I have eyes on them. Keep going. You good? Alright, I think after this... last... Oh.
Why are you sticking with the dead? Look.
Hold on, I think there's might be another dead body over here. 1 second. Ooh, ooh. Oh boy. Ooh! Yeah, there's one more head. It'll take a sec to get. Oh boy. No!
Yeah, he killed me, so, Idealist!
Hi. He got me through the wall again.
The person that I was saying behind you, and then I blew up. Who was?
Yeah, that's Santa. Or the Scourge, or whatever the game calls it.
No, I meant like who was I talking to when I said behind you?
Oh, me. That was me. That was Idealist. 100%. It was very funny.
Bella.
Oh yes, you read. Yeah.
It's okay. I think I saved you. I think.
No, I still took. I just have enough health to live. So I also got hit with you, but because you were low health and I was at full health, I lived and you died.
We are playing some Repo.
Bappi's face. Yep.
Oh no.
I'm sure that's accurate to his real face too.
Oh no! Oh. He is oh.
This man needs to res us. I'm so scared. He has like no health. He has like one little.
Yeah, he is one hit. Who's he? Is he trying to get me?
The one toes.
I think he's trying to get the last head. I think.
There should be there. I was getting the last head and then I died, so there was 2.
Oh.
So head,
including myself.
Two
Yeah.
head.
2 head.
More head.
Ooh!
Oh.
Oh.
His face.
I know. I love his face right now.
The Binky sells it.
You see his face.
Oh, that's where you ended. That's where your head ended up. I was wondering. All I saw was you carrying something on the map, and then the item disappearing, and I'm like, "Yep, there's a head somewhere." There's a head.
Yeah, she kind of fell straight through.
It's a hard room.
Ooh,
It is.
You're being flirted with.
Oh.
Oh, his little sad face.
He's running.
He's sad. Look at
Eyes
him.
might be AFK. Last I heard, he was eating pretzel.
Oof. Nice.
He did it.
I'm sorry for those. Yeet, what? Yeet.
Jump in there!
I'm sorry for
He does. I don't think he knows what yeet is.
I don't think he does.
No shot. He doesn't know what yeet is.
He doesn't know what yeet is.
Hello, good job.
Whoa! Oh. Okay. Nope, it's not safe. Oh god, everything is there.
I went the wrong way.
Okay.
We're just going.
Ooh!
We're just going.
Just run.
We are just going.
I have Ella head.
I'm glad
And
you
I
have
did not
somebody.
kill there.
We're just leaving. We're not gonna try to get everybody. We're just going.
No, I did not kill you.
It's my last collab tomorrow.
I did not kill you.
You killed me the first time.
No, it was not me.
Wait, break
Oof.
it. Okay,
But the good
We
thing is
wanna-
I revived you twice.
you did. You grabbed me. I forgive you for now. For now.
Thank you.
For now.
I just wanted to make sure we were gonna finish the round. So I'm like, we're
I
gonna
know, we were
we're just gonna
very
take the
close
L.
behind.
We're just gonna spawn with 1 health, unfortunately. Cloud,
Someone
no.
Yowie.
They
Okay,
were
good
they were
luck,
probably
Vicky.
taking it. They were probably taking it careful.
Yeah,
That's fucked up.
fucking
Yeah.
You guys left pirate. That's fucked up.
Yeah, guys, that's so messed up. Why would you do that?
Yeah, click on the button. He killed you.
I can't
I did.
believe it. I watched Pirate's final moments as they
I think
exploded.
I'm sorry.
Health.
I really did.
My health.
I
My
like
mind's-
how Ella
Please don't
spawned
shoot
and then
me.
immediately got shot.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I have an idea. What
Don't
if
do
we
it,
kill Bappi
Bappi.
at the start?
I'm moving.
Okay, that was not me. Just so you know.
I saw
Uh-huh.
that. It wasn't you this.
Who was it? Who was it? I'm shooting them.
Hey!
Who was it?
I think
Stop,
they're
I'm trying to
already
give
dead.
everyone health.
No, they can get health at the end. Who was it?
It was
No, it
Bappi.
was not me! Stop saying it's me! No, it's not!
He's trying.
I wasn't gonna
He's trying to
let you
kill me.
in there. I wasn't gonna let you in there. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Welcome
it wasn't
back.
Bobby, it was Ella.
I want you to know that I
Yeah,
could have
yeah,
done
yeah.
it, but I
Just
wouldn't.
I
stop.
did nothing.
That's what the guilty would say.
I was literally getting us health packs. I have been chaotic good the whole time. Chaotic good.
I don't know about chaos,
Let's see here. What's a good 14er?
You have no room to speak, buddy.
What did I do?
Gun,
Can I shoot
mine.
him?
I've just been.
You could? Yeah, why not? Oh, perfect. Oh, 6. So we need
Just threw that.
8.
Wait.
What?
Ella's throwing explosives. She's
Are
throwing.
we playing hot
explosives.
potato?
Alright, we're leaving. We're leaving. Good luck.
I just wanted to use all of our stuff.
Where am I?
Just kill Bappi on principle. Yeah.
What?
Listen, Yowie told me.
All I'm saying is, if you would have
Well,
let me
it's a
kill him at the start and then we revive him at the end, there would have been no issues.
There's so much health, guys. There's so much health.
Everyone
Wait.
grab a health. And then
Did
just
we
go-
only buy health?
Yep.
I guess I will grab
Don't look
you.
up.
No one
We
else
don't
bought
need
anything.
half,
We
we need
had more money
upgrade.
too, I thought. Alright, here we go. Good luck, gamers.
Good
No.
luck.
Bappi.
No, don't kill me!
Alright, everyone in
Sure,
favor of
Bappi.
sacrifice Bappi, say aye.
I.
Aye.
Nay.
I don't even know what Ella said,
B.
but I trust her.
B! I.
Where is he?
Alright.
Where is he? Get him.
Time to Lord of
Get
the
him.
Flies. Get
Oh,
him.
whoa, well, guys, there's a giant pit in the middle. Just
Oh, this.
We almost
The
fell.
giant
Bappi, run into it.
watch out. I'm having something heavy. I'm carrying something heavy. I'm carrying something heavy. Please move out of the way. I'm carrying something heavy. Could easily just knock you into the pit.
Wait, someone.
Try to kill me!
Someone disrupt him.
Oh, there's something up there? Let's see.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that.
You know what I am gonna do? I'm gonna be right back because I need to use the restroom real quick. So I'm gonna do this,
Look at it.
I'm gonna do this,
Look.
and then I'm gonna do that.
Squint really hard.
Be right back.
If you do this.
I got it. Oops. This is oh, fuck my butt. Oh, at least I didn't die.
You're good.
Yeah. Didn't fall down the hole though, so I'll take.
Yeah, that's good.
Whose body is in the hole?
I didn't look. I have selective hearing, unfortunately.
Somebody.
And not the good kind, too. What?
Is that another? There's stuff up here. Ah. I want to be there. Fuck, I'm so scared. Bonking my head and it makes me want to poop myself.
I think I found another extraction point. Yeah, I did.
I can't tell what that is.
Oh.
What is that?
Oh.
Is that somebody just chilling up there?
Oh, watch out! Oh, sorry.
Who's up there
Yeah,
chilling?
is someone up there?
Who's chilling up there?
Is it Bappi?
Who's AFK up there?
Grab him.
No one. No one.
I thought you were a dead person for a second. Like, wait.
No, it was. I needed to run to the restroom real quick, so I needed to go.
My God.
Just sat up here where I felt it was
we
safe.
didn't have a bio break. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Oh no, it's quite all right. I was thinking about doing it last round, but then I decided, and then I was like, nope, you need to do it now. And I was like, okay, fine.
Oh,
No, we're good. We have the map player counts. You can tell.
We can't. Oh, that's right, we can tell.
Okay, then.
What are you? Ooh, what's up here? I don't usually last these many rounds, so. Ooh, anything up there? Ooh, I'm gonna check that out in just about a second. And whoop. Let's see. All right. Uh-huh. Oh, I meant to do that. Actually, you know what? Come here. You coming in here with me? Hee 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 ho ho ho. All right. Is that a jewelry? Something? Box. There we go. Anything new? Oh, no, that's a broken TV. How about up here? Oh, well, we didn't need that door anyway. Where we're going, we don't need doors. Wait,
Oh,
is that you? Bappi,
Yeah?
where are you?
I'm down there.
Oh, okay.
What?
I heard your...
I just... Oh.
Uh-oh. I can't look... Okay. Were you also holding it?
No, I was not. But it's
Oh, the potion was manipulating my my direction.
Yeah, that's a mod. That's the mod that do that.
Ah, damn. It was very, very awkward. Door! Okay, let's see.
Where door?
No, I threw a door. Oh, we have a... I got you.
I did not push her. It's not my fault. Someone help me with this.
We'll see what the dead says. Let's see what else was in here. Oh, words. Boat in a bottle. Why? I mean, it is interesting. I'm trying to decide why would one want to. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
I have something very fragile.
Oh.
All right, we got a big thing. Also, there's a TV. All right. Anything else? Ooh.
Are people alive?
Yes.
Why are you guys constantly killing Ella?
I don't know. I think it comes with being a host. Oh, gosh. We're so strong. I'm not used to this strength. Okay. There we go. Uh-huh. I have something big. Careful. Oh, you sons of a bitches! Oh. Well.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll carry it to the next damn thing, I guess. Shit. Where is it? Where's the next one? I have no idea where the next one is. Do we have any eyes on the next evacuation?
Yeah, I do.
All right, I'll wait for a sec.
Oh, I see why you want the next.
Yeah, you think? I was literally I was literally walking around the giant hole of death. There we go. Okay. Welcome back.
Hello, thank you.
I got one. Where's the addiction?
Hi, thank you.
Okay, watch out, there is, you will get them, I will tell, but there is a hole.
I know.
Oh my god, Al is alive.
Yeah,
Huh?
Aelarion killed me.
What? Are you?
Aelarion pushed.
No, all I'm saying is we should start a timer to see how long it takes Ella to die again.
Listen, I'm getting sabotaged out here.
That's what I'm
saying.
Watch out for the hole.
Yeah, I know. Can you grab it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
You can pretty much just have it on the ground.
You should have seen what Aelarion did to you afterward.
Oh yeah, I can just...
No, that was not...
Uh-oh.
Aelarion killed me. Aelarion murdered.
They stuck
Your head in a toilet and flushed it.
Yeah, did you see that?
Someone
Did you see
just
the toilet?
Who just
They
who
stuffed.
fell?
They stuffed your head in a toilet and flushed it.
They did.
Well.
Well, I wasn't here for that, so... And my Twitch didn't see it either.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Sure.
Well, it happened, so...
What a convenient story. Is that death? Oh, that's just death. Good to know. So you just don't want to be down there. Wait, we launched it already? Okay. Huh.
I don't remember.
Alright, I'll go look for the next one. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, I see it.
All the way to the back.
You can grab that one. Let's see. That's blocked. Let's check up here. How about over here? Ooh, perfect. Another painting! I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Am I on it? Yeah, I am. Oh, gosh. This strength is honestly going to be the death of me. Alright.
I was gonna remember this for later.
What are you remembering?
The people that murdered me.
I didn't do it on purpose. You walked into the hole.
Did Bappi just die? Okay, we're good. We're gonna do that. We're gonna just take out from that. There.
The funny thing is, I'm not on that list.
How you doing, Rebby? Yeah, you aren't, because you haven't killed me yet.
Yeah.
Have I killed you yet?
I didn't do it on purpose.
I don't trust anyone right now.
I
I
mean-
missed you last stream. Oh, Rebby, don't even worry about it. I appreciate you being here now.
Oh, duck, watch out.
Duck.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god. Okay,
Let's see. Anything else? That's, I think, just a cliff. anything else up there? Oh, nothing. Hi. Let's check. Oh, have we checked up here?
I'm gonna pop the next one.
All right. Has anyone else seen the executive toilet?
Why do you need to know?
Those don't exist.
I mean, I'm looking at one, so I don't know what to tell you.
That's all hallucination.
Time to use it. If it kills me, know that I died as I lived. Shitting.
Well, that was successful. She killed herself at the same time.
Oh, well, I lived.
Wait, how? So she was trying to run away from the duck and fell in the hole. Somehow I'm going to get blamed for that.
You alive?
Okay. Ooh.
Did you survive?
Who, me?
Tommy Pickles.
Tommy Pickles.
I'm alive.
What happened?
Alright,
Be
let's see.
careful now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Alright. Work on my way downtown, walking kind of slow because I don't want to break the soul again.
Space bar, man.
Oh
Oh my God, I almost crashed into that.
And I need you. And I wonder.
Brother, I can still see you. I still see you up there.
1,000 miles. Something,
Guys,
something.
Bappi is hiding on top of a building on a window.
He's or farming over.
More like he's trying to kill someone.
That's also true. You know, either or. One does kind of lead to the other. Hi.
Oh God.
Anything else? Does
I don't see anything on the map.
Does anyone else see anything on the map, or are we pretty much donezo? Good talk, everybody. I think.
They're up there. They're trying.
All right, we're heading it over.
Punch it, Marty.
Punch it, Morty. Ugh.
Where are we going? Where are we going like that?
Haha!
Aha! Okay. I need to kill someone. I did not kill anyone since so long.
Oh, are you feeling the the bloodthirst starting to rise? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Can I kill?
Can I kill?
No, no, no.
Okay. Thank you.
No.
I'm coming back.
No, no, no. Let me out. No. What
No! You leave him alone, you monster! You leave him alone, you monster! Pay for your sins! I'm just kidding. There we go.
I can't get out.
Oh no! No!
No. Get him!
And
I
now
got
they
him!
suffered the curse of the duck.
Okay, start that work. Start that work.
Are we all here?
And
Okay.
they tried to leave us.
No,
Wow.
the
First
duck
you
was
kill me?
the duck was being aggressive, so I figured it was time.
We weren't even dead.
This.
Oh.
Oh,
poor
well.
clown.
You got healed immediately back up.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was
good job.
attacked. I am streaming.
Who's streaming right now? Admit it.
Ella is.
Admit it. Which one of y'all is
Find
streaming?
Find the streamer.
Find the streamer, guys. But you can't.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Yes. Where's the
Can we
gun?
buy an indestructible cube this
I'm
time?
done being nice. I'm
You're
done.
done. Wait.
That's
Uh
a
oh.
maid.
Evil Ella.
Okay, that was not me.
That actually was clown.
I will not try to kill anyone. Hello.
How do I throw people?
You hit them, and then you can pick them up off the ground.
Ella.
What is that?
What?
Ella.
Thank you.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Chill, chill, chill.
I jumped in real life when you shot that.
Whoa, chill! I didn't do anything.
Come here.
No.
Bappi! No, that's Emmy. Emmy, I love you. I'm sorry.
I can't move from there, okay?
This gun doesn't
Oh,
do
yeah,
anything,
Indestructible
right?
Joan, I am down for. Let's get that.
Emmy, you're fine,
Yes,
you're safe. You
we
haven't
need
killed
that.
me yet. You though.
Oh, hold on. It fell behind. Ooh.
No, no.
Come here.
No.
Come here. I'm done. I'm
Good thing
done
you
being
can't
nice.
play Good thing you can't play FPS games.
I'm going to go ahead and get this health pack for no
God,
reason.
she's right behind me.
No reason, really. Consider it a gut purchase.
Oh god.
This would also be really funny. Just saying.
Oh my god, Ella's getting juked.
I am tempted for a shock. Actually, with all of our strength, a shock actually might be pretty clutch.
I was gonna say, if you just want to trank them, that'd probably be our best bet.
Why are you trying to kill me?
He's on my team.
Okay, then if we're gonna do trank, I'm gonna not do the crossbow. Where's trank?
Yeah, I
Oh
wouldn't
yeah.
suggest a crossbow.
All right, trank it is.
The trank gun's definitely better. The crossbow does less damage, and it also is like
Murder.
worse.
Gotcha.
Murder.
What else would you recommend? Because at this point, I'm just kind of like, I think we're good on stats pretty much. Oh,
Stun
sorry, Alec, go on.
Sorry, Idealist.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, no, no. Go ahead.
Off my fucking chest. Get the fuck back here, Aelarion.
Go off, Queen.
Do anything.
You need to get some stress out. I get it.
I just am. No, I forget the gun. I know what I can do.
I was gonna say, like, I know women in my life. Like, I know this. This is just the day in life of knowing women.
Oh god!
Oh, I didn't believe that for a fucking second.
All right, here you go.
I didn't do it.
All right, let's just do that.
Violent, I love seeing violent Ella. It's my favorite.
I'm going to murder. Ooh!
So
I'm fine.
We finally learned how to enjoy the store.
Hey, how are you doing? Enjoying the show?
Yes. Right now,
He
this
thought he
very
was
moment, I
safe.
do enjoy it. Put him in the toilet.
Yeah, flush him. Flush his
Spooky Dookie, let's go. I like your pigeon.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Good to see you side of
truck.
No, I was a
just
fan.
put that out real quick. Sorry.
Leave his head in the toilet to the truck.
All right, ready to leave, everyone? Everyone.
All right,
Back?
everyone in the thing.
That should be alive. Bappi. Bappi did apologize.
No.
Did I get him? Oh, I did get him.
All right, you need to run back.
Run back.
Yeah, because you're about to self-destruct.
Oh, I see. Thank you. Thank you.
There we go. Okay, we're good.
How's it going?
Yep.
Pretty good. Enjoying the show.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling so good.
Yeah, how do you feel? So you're feeling pretty great right now, I imagine.
Get all of that off your chest.
I was innocent.
You know.
False.
I was innocent.
Very false.
Nah, Bappi, I played enough games with you to know that's not true.
Alright, everyone, does anyone need help?
I'm innocent.
I do not.
Bappi, I've played exactly 2 games with you, and I know that's a lot.
Uh-oh.
I'm innocent.
Don't mind that. Don't mind that.
I played with Bappi, he bullied me the whole time, so, you know.
No, that's not true.
So
That is
many
very
games with
true.
you. That is
Hold on. Health check. Health check. Health check.
Who needs help? We're going.
I have 121, so I'm good.
I have
You know,
20.
most of the time you die because of me. That's not really because of me. It's because the game kill you.
Here we go.
It looks like Birdie would need a little bit of health.
Oh no! I love the rampage. I love the rampage.
God.
Yeah.
That was the scariest thing I've ever witnessed.
Yeah, and then you talk mad shit about my DS skills. You're a dead man.
Wait, what did I do?
Talk mad shit about my gaming skills.
That's true. You did say this is why you don't play FPS. Oh,
Watch out!
I like you jumped out and then told us to watch out. Watch out for the. Watch it. Watch the floor. Watch the floor. Please go on. Yeah, I'm sure you can.
The thing is, I bump into the door without watching.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do this.
What's up next? So.
Haha! We're problem solvers. Surely this won't kill.
I watched it. Aelarion almost killed you.
No, I didn't.
I mean,
What
I was
do you mean,
about to
no, you
walk on.
didn't?
I was about to walk on that, and you pulled it out from underneath. What do you
Oh,
mean?
there's a hole here. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. We see your crime.
What is this? What are you?
Oh, that's a monster box. Be careful. If you hold it for long enough, it'll break open into a monster.
Oh.
22,000.
Oh, that's so smart.
Just don't hold it for too long.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get it over. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I'm just gonna let it cool off for a second.
Hello. Hello, we both have Maxwell.
Look at them! Look at them go!
Hold on. I'm gonna let it cool off. Hold on.
Did she scare you?
Okay.
Percy was chasing Pepper, and I was like, get him! Get him!
Come on. Okay. Okay. Alright, we're good. Thank you. Muchas gracias, señorita.
Yeah. Bappi killed Aelarion. I saw
No,
it.
no, that's not true. That's not true.
I don't know who to believe anymore. Something big over here?
Yeah, all the way up here.
Oh, okay. On my way. Ooh, it's one of mine.
That's
Make
what
a
I
safe
said, I
joke.
think I have a
Yeah. All right. All right, I'm underneath it. I'm thinking you pass it down to me, and then you go below me, and then I pass it down to you, and then, never mind. It's gonna break like right now.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Well,
So we didn't find anything, is what we're agreeing right now. Oh my guy, it's okay. You now understand there's fall damage.
We got Germa.
It's okay. We all find out the hard way sometimes. But you know what? We're gonna keep you with the cat, if that makes you feel any better. Alright. There we go. And then we'll put you with the other cats. Look at that. Look at that. See? You're nice and cozy. Unless you're allergic, in which I'm sorry. Really? How? Is Ella like a name of the gravity? Because I feel like you fell.
Okay.
Okay. I don't even know what monsters we're actually fighting right now. Which is concerning, to say the least. Hey, I have a thing.
Hey, you have the cart. So
I have stuff for the cart.
Here you go.
I have this, and then I have this, and then we have a giant. Oh, sorry. We have a giant-
I ducked. You would have killed me. What is this? Is this like an empty health
Huge
pack?
Piano. Huh?
Oh, this is an empty health pack. Oh.
Oh.
Well,
Maybe someone found one?
maybe.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I see a potion. Hold on. Oh, big baby.
What'd you call me?
Uh-oh. 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 Oh. Okay. Oh. Uh-oh.
Baby gone?
Baby gone. What?
Whoa, look up, look up, look up.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, okay. The baby, we have a mod that changes the way the baby behaves. It forces you to look at it. I'm gonna probably die. Whoop.
Who got jumped?
What was that?
Who died? Someone died?
Big baby.
Can we all agree to blame Bappi for killing us?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm down for that.
W.
I'm gonna say, even though I saw the big baby, I can't disprove that Bappi wasn't the cause of my death.
What? Sorry?
Oh, I was saying, even though I saw the big baby, I can't disprove that Bappi was responsible for my death.
Exactly. Just like how he didn't kill me, he just so happens to be there when everyone else was.
Yep.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah. A lot of people
Clown
die.
keeping me
actually.
alive. W. Thank you, sir.
Don't break it.
I should just redeem it in your stream every 3 seconds.
Honestly, dude.
3?
At this point,
It's
you
the
should
first one we can start.
rename it to Fix Your Eyesight.
Go ahead.
True.
It's only the first one.
I saw that you didn't kill him this time.
I didn't kill anyone since a long time. Like,
Since me? The last time?
I did not kill you.
You killed me!
It was not me. No,
Bappi,
I was
Why
not
you
me.
killed me, bro?
It was not me at all.
I can't prove that it wasn't Bappi.
It was not me.
Oh, Bappi killing everyone.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Careful.
I was innocent.
I doubt that.
Innocent?
I mean,
That's a
okay,
strong
it wasn't
word.
Bobby that killed me, it was Ella.
Yeah, that time.
Ugh, I didn't kill you, Ella. You just fell through, okay?
Wrong.
I actually don't know how you died.
Incorrect.
What happened?
I didn't push. I was holding it.
Oh, let's go this way. This seems like a good way. I'm here with Cart. Looks like there's a couple more stuff in there, so I'm gonna leave it in here for right now. I'm also gonna jump around for a bit. This room looks like it has some stuff. Not seeing anything. Oh!
Bingus boingus.
We got Bingus Boingus, yep.
Oh lord.
I was just gonna say, you want to try to pick him up? Oh, big baby.
There's a baby behind me.
There is. I'm not gonna babysit you. I'm not gonna draw with crayons with you. God.
I got you. I got you. I'm with you.
Don't be such a baby.
He's so stinky. Stinky boy.
Oh, oops, sorry.
Stinky, lol.
Stinky. He's getting stinky.
What was, oh.
The zero gravity crystal.
What?
Oh. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna start moving this into the other area.
Zero gravity crystals.
Oh, nice.
Someone broke something, but I would never tell.
It was a box.
Uh-huh.
Wait. Here you go. Thank you.
There's something over here.
It was a box.
Okay, I can't see, so if there's any holes, it would be greatly appreciated to know ahead of time. Okay. How do we get this? What? Oh. Do I just push it?
Oh no, all of our shit is flying everywhere.
Oh, whoa, whoa!
No!
Alright, how are you activating it?
You touch it.
I'm trying.
Touch any of them.
Oh, not the big one. Okay, so literally the only one I shouldn't have been touching. Got it.
Oh look, it's me.
Oh.
Floating away.
You floating. Wild. Kind of cool. I like it. I like that little. All right. Oh. We're so strong.
He was a fairy.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're a little overstrong here.
All right, let's get out of this room before I lose my mind.
Where am I going?
Is there anything over yonder?
I'm navigationally challenged. I don't know where I'm going.
Hold on. I'm gonna check over here on the. Yeah, I'm gonna check over here on the left. Anything over here? Doesn't look like anything. All right. All right. Nothing. All right. All right. Going with the cart. Going with the cart. Oh.
Where's the cart?
All right, here. Thank you. No, bring out your dead. By dead, I mean valuable items. Bring out your valuable items. Ring a ding ding. Let's see here. Whoop.
This place is so like crowded.
Right.
We had a piano, it just exploded.
Oh, big baby.
Oh.
I got you. Oh wait, hold on.
Put this thing in the cart. Thank you very much. I do.
Welcome.
Eyes also too.
That'd be a skill issue.
And I'll be done in about 2.
All right. Do we have any other? Do we have any other? Do we have any other dead people that we know about? I think it's just the one, actually.
Hello,
All right.
Princess.
Okay.
Oh, my brain. Meowie. Hell yeah, eyes. Just tell me. If you like making on midnight.
I wasn't even looking at the guy.
Oh yeah, no. If someone's looking and you're in between them, you also get smacked.
I hate it here.
Yeah. So you got killed by somebody.
Let me lay in there.
Oh, okay. You almost got it.
Thank you.
All right. What do we got? It looks like I see. Oh, yellow thing over here. Hold on. All right. Yep. Back up.
What is this
almost.
glowy thing? Anyone else see this circle?
Yeah, it makes 0 gravity. Oh.
Ow. Who's grabbing me?
I got him.
Who's
Up,
grabbing me?
down, up, down, up, down.
No, I missed.
Good job.
Oh, right
What was
behind
that?
you is music.
I will let go.
Oh, thank you. Oh, there it is. I had it for a second, and then I got hit by whatever that was.
We got big baby.
Oh, no, baby. Oh.
Where?
Don't look at him. Told you, don't look at him.
Hey, we
Never
found.
learns.
Hey, there's a big baby. I know someone killed you again.
How you doing, Idealist?
Good. How are you doing? How are you holding up?
I'm
There
much
was-
better now. I'm less overwhelmed. I'm less
Good.
overstimulated.
Good. I'm glad.
I'm having good time.
Good. I am very happy for.
I also,
Why are
I
you
think
guys
I
over
needed my
here?
revenge. I think that
Yeah.
brought me.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You need to let it out.
I did.
Exactly.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Also, hello, princess.
Hello,
Love you,
princess.
Torella. It's such a good one. Yaoi says hi.
Did you see I tucked my hair in front of it?
Ooh, little number out.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
collabing with him tomorrow. If you want to hear his voice.
What are y'all doing
Can I
tomorrow?
join?
Yeah, go
We're
ahead.
having,
Hop in.
We're playing Don't Starve together. It's just.
Oh.
He's my
Okay.
last collab for Halloween. I'm almost done. Tomorrow's my last day.
Yeah. Are you excited? Or like, how are you feeling now that we're coming to the end of it?
Good. I learned a lot, I think, and I want to do what you're doing. I want to do a charity stream. So if it's okay with you, I'd love to pick your brain about it.
Oh, of course.
She learned how to show cheek.
Yeah. Congrats on showing cheek.
Thank you, thank you.
Bottom pusher.
It's Jerma.
Do you want to know my secret, champ? Oh.
Being thick.
Well, I mean, yeah.
True.
I am always showing cheek. You just don't see the back of my model. There you go.
I mean, I believe it.
Oh yeah. With the new outfit, we only see the top up. Fucking.
Listen.
She's probably not even wearing pants.
I'm not. Look, hold on.
Uh huh.
Right.
I didn't get to see it.
Honestly, oh, we're nowhere near where we need to be. Of course I'm not wearing pants. I'm a VTuber. No, that got that stuck in my head. Great. That's super great. Glad that's in my head. That won't be a problem later. Nothing like a ballerina song in my head. Oh, there we go. All right. Kidoki. Oh. All right. All right. Sit tight for me. Actually, you know what? There we go. Yoink. Yoink. You know what? And just so you don't feel lonely, you're coming with me. You're not being here. You're coming with me. Let's go. You and me. Going around with my best buddy's head. Ah!
What happened to you?
I fell through a crack.
You wanted to be like,
Yeah, you did say you wanted to be like Khan, so.
Hey, she
This
makes
was
hella money.
inevitable.
She works
Oh my
hard.
gosh, that
I'm
was
proud
so
of her.
funny. Oh my
I'll support
god.
you no matter what you do.
I fell through the crack in the floor. As soon as I said it, I fell through.
Bruh.
I was like, you and me, with my best buddy's head, and then I fell right through the ground.
I'm asking.
Oh my god, the timing was amazing. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just like dead, like listening to you, both of you, just do weird shit, talking
Yeah.
weird stuff. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Emmy's also a gooner.
Hell
Oh my
yeah,
God.
dude! She's the first person that ever showed me BL.
They.
Yeah, she is.
BL.
Did you just see
They-
Bappi
they-
just like do
They done
movement?
exclusive, nothing else.
Yep, they done.
Okay. I felt that. I said, "Hey, girl," earlier. My bad.
They responded to that at least, but
Okay.
I also call them a twink.
Oh my eyes, dude.
Okay. I will. Next time I see Emmy, I will call them a twin.
Yeah.
Win the game.
Emmy,
What
are
the
you
fuck
alive?
is this?
Look at us, we're together in that.
Ice is telling me I can call you a twink. Is this true?
The community,
If you
well,
feel like
the,
it, all right,
the
valid,
people
valid.
need to know.
Emmy's my favorite twink.
Where are these other like monies that apparently we need?
You find your
Yeah, right?
vision spots.
Like yellow gang going on right now. Oh,
Oh,
You find your pigeon spot.
where is Ella looking?
ooh.
Oh my god.
Gooner, I hardly know her. What do you need my consent for? Oh, they're
I
asking
see
about
Bappi
when
trying to
it's
kill her.
gonna happen.
I think the only way to meet up, get enough money, is to kill monsters.
Questions about future planning.
Yeah, future
Probably.
plots.
Yeah, this place. I mean, we had a piano, but the corridors were so tight that it blew up.
Hmm.
I felt.
That would have been enough.
Hey,
'cause I think it
welcome.
was like
Maxed
10...
out, but we still need like.
Oh, what happened to you? Welcome, Bappi.
He fell.
The clown.
Oh, sub to my
No,
snap,
not clown.
you'll
Not
find out.
no
No,
clown.
you're-
Like the
that was
guy.
the last
The
Eloise
monster clown.
review.
Killed me.
Oh, the
Yeah.
monster
Yeah.
hunter.
Yeah, we Snapchat.
The monster with the clown nose. That's not a nose, but you got it.
Yeah, the anglerfish thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't use
this one.
Snapchat anymore.
eyes. I just saw what he did. It was like a 7,000. Hey, Red. It was a $7,000 orb, and he crashed into a wall and went down to 1,300.
Oh no.
I just hear him go, "Fuck."
Yeah, the only way we're making this if we kill guys.
Damn it. Oh, well, I have the. Oh, ow.
Next door, gotcha.
Don't let the door hit you on the way
It's a
out.
shared
Am I
chat,
right?
Red.
Okay, baby.
Was Bappi alive?
Bappi, are you alive?
Oh shit.
Oh. Uh-oh. Someone's got the con bug.
Hello.
The what bug?
I know.
The con bug where everyone gets sick when they go to
Funny 'cause
cons.
It's a voice changer.
I know. I just don't.
Oh my gosh, she's throwing up.
Yep.
Do you like making love at me or not? But yeah, I normally don't stream every day. Halloween and my week-long subathon, and we've been getting new smoke. I give you guys fun things.
Hello. What did you die?
I saw the explosion of y'all dying.
Last day, so
Oh,
I got
clown.
hit by a big laser beam.
That's how I died the first time.
Yeah, I did the same. I was hit by the rain.
It's been cool. It's been a good learning.
Wait, you could just like pick him up?
Hi, Red.
With enough strength,
It
yeah.
was Dr.
Yeah.
Octagon
They
post.
have a 338-day streak. That's crazy. Miss Leon Simp, you know that's me. I was talking about him. Actually, that's cool. I mentioned that. Oh hi. Oh clown. Oh Emmy.
Neither one of them learned how to duck.
You killed him. You. Uh-oh.
I killed the clown, but not
No,
that clown.
I like clown.
The other clown.
What about our
Wow,
clown?
Emmy, they're telling you that
They
you,
admitted.
you had a skill issue. You gonna take that?
I hit Q, man.
Hello, princess.
I thought it was control.
Control is duck, Q is to be like super duck, and it makes you pick up a ball.
Princess me. Hi,
Oh.
Red.
If you did, you would have been
Octagon.
alive.
Also, you should hit Q.
Oh.
Not, you should hit control and not Q.
Oh.
Control and not Q.
Yeah,
Oh, I pressed Q
Control is
initiative.
crouch, while Q is
To like,
like duck.
go like full.
Or like,
little.
But you roll sometimes.
you do lose yourself if you do Q.
If one of you would have come over and
Yeah,
helped me pick him up, we could have killed him quicker. But
Wait.
Oh wow, way to be victim blame. I see how it is. Like,
Right.
damn. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right? I see it start trying to move and get killed. What the hell? was
See,
that?
didn't find my head.
I mean, he's just
No.
bullying.
Alright. Bye, guys. You be good, okay? Mwah, 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 mwah. Okay, I'll be right back.
I don't have. I have no idea where is my head.
If you click with your right and left mouse button,
Um,
you can switch
how her
between
voice-
Yeah,
people.
but no, I don't go up to my head because I'm dead.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, you're talking about the head jump
by us?
mod?
No, like my head where it is. Like,
Oh.
they fall
you
all
went-
that.
Oh,
Oh, God.
the
I'm
bottom
being
left,
stripped.
the Z on mine, and the bottom, whatever I on yours, whatever it is.
Hell yeah.
I'm being stripped. I'm
Leon's
being
double-
stripped.
You're being stripped?
What?
Yeah, they took off my blazer and they took off my coat
down
and they
here?
took off my glasses. Help.
Oh,
Wow.
your redeems. Okay.
Oh,
there's just a
gotcha.
hole. There's just a door to a hole.
Luckily, I don't have a redeem for my shirt.
No nipples.
Oh, are we finally seeing where all the other the money is? I guess not.
Wait, where?
No.
Oh,
He went down like a mine shaft to this like
Fuck
real.
is this?
Yeah, I'm kind of with him on this. I'm kind of with him. Like, what the hell?
What the hell? Wait, did I go up here?
did you guys hear him say, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, no, I was right with him on that.
One for your tie diamond. What do you mean? Oh, I can ask, but I don't have the money right now. Yeah, my shirt. Oh wait.
Oh, big baby.
Hidden. You're crazy.
Oh, is that a red? Oh no, that's not the.
I was saying it should have been. Everyone should be picked up by now.
No, I'm not.
Except for Bappi, right?
Yeah.
Keep talking then.
Nothing.
Your TTS should at least be letting people know.
I do take fall damage, you bitch.
Yeah, but I can, but I don't know where.
I know, but they could at least hear it. Just keep on doing it. Just keep on doing it.
I'm trying to get a monster to spawn, but all I get is the fucking tall child.
I don't. There's like nothing. I feel like
That's
we
an
looted
awful
the
bad
heck
joke.
out of
What
the
did I even
place.
say?
I looted
sorry.
everything. People broke too many stuff.
Yeah.
This it, I
we
think.
Might be done unless we find monsters.
Yeah.
Instead.
We have to kill monsters.
Oh, someone's up top. Oh, monster!
They found you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Bottom pusher.
Yeah, if he pretends he never found you.
Ooh.
Oh,
Motherfucker!
nice jump.
Well.
Nice jump.
Well, you got updogged if I've ever seen one.
I don't want to hear it from any of y'all.
Listen, I'll have you know that I fell through a
Y'all
crack
broke so much
after
shit.
after being so excited of starting an adventure with my headless friend. All right.
Oh my god.
I'll have you know, it was quite comical.
I'm redeeming a hydrate on everyone right here.
You got it.
Fucking water.
You went uppies and then downies.
You're gonna
Not like
stay
that.
downies by the time I'm done.
No.
Damn.
Okay, everyone, talk amongst yourselves.
No, don't leave me with them.
Don't threaten us with a good time.
What do you mean,
Whoa.
Steve? You will hang out with us. We are forced to do it.
I think this is the third time it's all come down to just.
Hi, Bappi. How are you?
There's Bappi.
Yeah, we literally just we destroyed too many things.
He did not
He
just do the
did.
:3.
He like leaves
He almost
you,
lost him too.
threw him down the cliff.
That's funny.
Just because he did that.
Dead. Someone clip that. Oh.
I like we're so fast that you have to like sputter run in order to.
Like carefully.
Right. Yeah.
No, you can't have to do
You
that.
can't have cheese?
No.
Who can't have
Just
cheese?
I'm just making shit up.
No. What do you mean?
Drop
They're
him in the
already
pit.
dead. Cracked.
He's just like had it with us. He just walks away.
He's just
He's so fed up with
yeah.
us. He's like 4 hours of this shit. I'm never to 11. This guy doesn't even stream. I appreciate y'all.
Oh.
What was that?
That was an enemy or soul.
That was a free orb.
4,000. Let's go.
That's not
That's
enough.
fucked up.
But
That's fucked
not enough, but still a star.
Wait, when he gets closer, I gotta do it.
That's so funny.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
It's a thing.
I can't with this.
It's great when you have one of the items that makes you sing at the same time.
I was dying when Ella was saying something as she was throwing up. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh no. I couldn't hear me.
No, it was funny. You were singing the ballerina song, and
Oh.
you were vomiting.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait. You were talking. It was either that or you talking about stream stuff. You're like, yeah, I don't really stream every single day, and as you're talking, you're just throwing up into the ground. It was very
I was
funny.
talking to chat.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm sharing chat, Red. So just wait.
Good dodge. I'm gonna head out, get some sleep, have a great rest of the stream. Bye, Marlon.
Oh, I
Feel
thought you-
better.
Oh, yo. Ooh, ooh,
He
ooh.
did it.
Just go through the wall.
N- Oh, where'd it go?
Red, he's streaming.
Where the
Let him
fuck
stream.
is it?
It didn't give it to me.
Wait,
It didn't pop back.
I
It
was
didn't do it.
robbed.
You were robbed. Like he could hear me.
Wow.
W Rob.
He can't lift him.
What?
That is not a thing
Yeah,
he
we
can
can't
lift.
hear us yet. But still, that's funny.
Oh. What's he sneaking up? Sneaking up on?
My angel.
That's Santa.
That is not
doubt
Santa.
Is that not who you like went to the mall to see, or did I go to a different mall?
We gotta talk about. I think we need to take you to therapy for child.
God damn.
We just lived different. We had different childhoods, you know. It shapes us.
Cultural
We did-
differences.
Yeah, cultural
Right, right, right.
differences.
Sorry,
You
that's-
know.
I-
I'm really insensitive of you, really.
I know. You know
Can you
what? I'm
just
trying to learn. I'm
lock in-
better. And,
I mean, we
I
have Santa
take
like
that
that
back.
on the East Coast.
He might die from what he's doing right now.
I think.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think
I'm
we're about
saying.
to lose it right here.
I love
You did
McLuhan.
not just make a
Eyes is the
McDonald's
goat.
joke. Can I ban Ella for the McDonald's joke?
I love listen to us.
Dude, I run
what's
this
the
place.
consensus?
Get out of
Should
here.
I kill myself or keep trying? Okay, we got one vote for fighting.
Fighting.
All right.
Here we go. All right. For everyone, Aelarion.
I like. By the,
We
he
are
was
going to do
gone
the
halfway through that.
I put your whole pussy into it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Mama didn't raise no quitter.
Oh, there he is. Wait, there's another one.
And
No,
bam.
that's it.
Ooh, okay. Okay. FYI, after he does his slam, it's on cooldown, so you can run by him as long as that slam is finished going off.
That would have been nice to know, like the first few rounds where I got destroyed.
I might have mentioned it a few times here and there, but yeah. You gotta give people the opportunity to learn. You know what I mean?
Brother,
And-
I'm tired of learning. Okay.
No, you're playing a new game.
It's like, where are these monsters?
I know, I feel so bad.
W.
He's getting so
Oop.
lucky.
Oops, all monsters. You have this. You have this.
You have the power.
You have the power. Thunder. Thunder.
Oh my god. Oh!
Thunder guns!
Hi, Ghost.
Cute.
Where's Pumpkin? And
She's
Ghost,
been
any
sleeping
pictures?
next to me the whole time.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, she's been good.
Bob.
She's getting tall.
Tall pumpkin.
She's getting tall. She'll be 5 months? Wait.
Come on, mister, come in this room.
Seriously? Already?
September, October.
That's
Yeah,
fast.
she'll be 6 months on 10. We're getting there.
How long have
I'm
you
sure
had it
no
for?
one has put this
Yeah,
redeemed
since
yet, but I recommend
July.
everyone stretching. Oh.
Oh,
Damn.
stretch.
Oh my
stretch
god, yeah,
redeem.
thank you.
Good thing. Good brain.
Since I'm dog sitting,
knees.
I don't really have like a place to sit, so I'm literally. Ooh!
No.
Here it goes.
Oh, he survived. That's crazy.
Bro bounced off of him.
Oh no, there it is.
I thought he just jumped off.
If I were him, I'd just jump into a hole.
At this
So-
point,
yeah.
end it, eyes. Just
Yeah,
end it.
end it all.
He's like tempting.
no. Oh, he thought about it.
Thought about it. I was like, what if I accidentally, quote unquote, miss this jump?
Yeah.
Poor guy. boy.
Guys, I tried. I promise. I just
He
didn't
really
jump.
is trying though. He's carrying.
I know.
Yeah, I know. No, we're gonna. If he asks us again, I'm gonna say, end it. We're
Yeah,
good. Got it.
He's trying so hard. I feel bad.
That's grandpa noise.
Doors.
Doors. He's so bored. Poor guy.
He's like, there's nothing. At least I was around for a little bit, but man's on his own. No eyes.
Welcome back, Dragon.
There's no time limit, which is crazy.
He just turned into Goofy.
Gorsh.
I know.
Doors. Oh, there's one. There's a guy. There's a guy.
I heard.
That's a good like 2K right there. Or not.
Oh, it was the tall baby person.
The baby. Oh no! You were doing so good.
I tried to turn the cloud.
Yeah.
Oh,
The game cheated you. The game cheated you,
so
dude. You did
Every
so
single one of them
well.
Fucking broke on all, and then one of them was literally stolen from me.
You are a true
Alright,
gamer.
hold
The
on,
capital
wait.
G. Ooh. Uh oh. Guys, why am I not falling? Guys, oh, there it is.
No!
I don't know what I'm doing. Oh shit.
I got 50 ups. Y'all can't do shit.
No!
I'm gonna open this monster chest and we'll all die.
Imagine. What was that?
A disc.
Uh-oh. Oh. No.
What the?
No! Ha ha ha!
I'm alive.
Oh.
Why is it after me?
Got him!
Oh.
Now it's back to killing each other.
Wait, what? No.
Hammer! Thundercats!
Thundercock.
Where's the fucking sledgehammer, bro? Oh, there it is.
Wait, Bappi is so smart.
How
Ooh.
about
You see him right now?
Yeah, I see it.
No, don't do it. Oh.
He's back down.
Yeah, you would be the best at running away.
Oh no!
Oh, he's still way up there.
Evasion is a tactic.
I never want to play a game with Bappi again. Never.
All right,
Never
Night
again.
Dragon. Thanks for stopping by. Wonderful having you. Oh, everyone's a loser. Damn, everyone. Honestly, that checks out. That checks out. Everyone's a loser. Yep, that works. Well, all right.
Hello? Yay.
Oh,
Hey.
Hey.
I'll meet y'all on the Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end it all.
Delta 4. We
In Minecraft, right?
You did great. You did great.
Undeafened.
All right.
Thank everyone.
Hello.
It's on site,
Hello.
Bappi. It's on site.
Oh, guys, we did it.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh,
We gamerding.
we gamed.
Yeah, that was fun.
Something.
Yeah.
The one
thank you guys very
round
much.
we had an indestructible drone and didn't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That was amazing. Well, I can't thank you guys enough for one, the collab, two, getting through the chaos that was the first hour and a half. So thank you guys very much.
It was fun. Thank you for
guys
inviting
for
us.
doing it.
Yeah, getting this together.
Great.
It was very good. But
All
I
right.
hope y'all have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, you do the
and
same.
I'll see ya on the next one.
All right, see ya, everybody.
Bye.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye, guys. Good night.
See ya.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night, a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. I still have no idea what I'm going to do, but probably some kind of horror game. All right, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.